Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wait on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD wouldn't play right, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up? Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Sports Network here. A special edition today, a new show, Friday Night Flex. We want to welcome everybody in with us today as we're getting ready to go through and talk about a lot of the high school games here in this greater Waco area. We want to be able to touch on certain schools, show you guys some highlights whenever we can, and just give you guys some coverage and somewhere to go whenever you guys want to be able to see the scores, when you guys want to get some analysis on what's going on in high school sports here in the greater Waco area. Folks, we're super excited here as week one is officially started here in the Central Texas area. We're going to get a chance to go through some of these teams. Teams already started last night. Some are getting ready to kick off here in about 30, 45 minutes, and we're going to give you guys some analysis on all of that. So we're going to get right to it, folks. Joining me here at the table, we got an all-star cast here with us today. To my left, we've got the WISD Hall of Famer, Mr. Wayne Walker, in the building with us. And to his left, we've got, like I called him, one of the most famous people in Waco, Texas, Mr. Rocky Miller, in the building with us. Fellas, what is going on?
Yeah, being the most famous in Waco, that and a quarter will get you a penny candy. You know what I mean? But hey, man, it's my hometown. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to know all the people, and there's nothing better in Central Texas than a Friday night in the fall. I guess it's still the summer technically.
Yeah.
Kicking off football, man. A lot of hopes and dreams are coming to fruition today. You know, guys are making their first start playing football. They get to, play in their first game. Well, let me ask you this here, Wayne. Do you remember?
I do, man.
Your first varsity game.
First time in the Friday Night Lights.
You can't forget that. That's a lot of excitement, a lot of butterflies, and man, you have your pep rallies, you have the cheerleaders, you have the band, the whole school is excited, and man, these kids, man, get a chance to go out and live their dreams and go out and play football in front of their families and friends, and and represent their schools, man. So it's a lot of excitement in the air. That's what Friday Night Lights is all about.
Go ahead.
No, let me ask you this here, Well. I remember my first time, and I must have played the game 1,000 times in my head before I actually played, right? Yeah. Luckily, we got a game, we got a win. That's when I played in my first varsity game. It didn't exactly, I didn't rush for the 500 yards that I had in my mind that I planned to, but we did get the victory, and I did score a touchdown. What about you? Did yours go the way you thought it would in your first high school game?
Well, actually, my first high school game was against La Vega a long time ago, and
I was there.
We played right behind HEB. That's how long ago it was. That's where the stadium was, where that bus barn is, and I remember running 2 touchdowns in my first game for probably about 80 yards, but I only had 3 carries. So
that's a productive day.
Yeah, that was a productive day. So,
hey, Walker, let me ask you this. This may bring back memories. Well, were those touchdowns on 45 count of T?
Of course. We had a special play, man, where it was an inside trap. And I was out in the wingback position, and I would come, and my tackle would pull from the other side, and he would go out and kick the guy out or kick him in, and all I had to do was run.
Just turn the Jets on after that.
It basically got me a scholarship, to be honest. It did.
Wait, they got you a scholarship, got Chubby one.
Got my
like that play,
Send about 10 people do one off that play.
When you think about it, that one play, we all know that was a staple for Coach Johnny Tusa and the Waco. Well, back then it was Jefferson Moore, but at Waco High.
Yeah,
so I guess there are plays like that in every program. Do you remember the play that's like that they used to call to get you going at Tech? The name of it?
Well, yeah, I do. I mean, man, when you talk about football, you talk about memories. Like that first game as a high school player, that first game as a collegiate player, that first game as a professional. I remember them all. And my first game at Texas Tech, I ran a kickoff back 56 yards. It wasn't a touchdown, but I ran a kickoff. I remember running kickoffs, and I ran one for 56 yards. Then I ran another one. It was like 40-some yards, and after that week, I was the number 1 return in the country at that point. And didn't catch a pass. Didn't catch a pass my first game, but started and kind of role playing a little bit, but I still remember that game. So you always remember it. And I remember my first professional game being at LA Stadium, and I'll come out and it's Arsenio Hall, and it's Eddie Murphy and Magic Johnson sitting over there by the LA girls while they cheering, and it was like surreal. It was like surreal. You walk out and you see that, and I'm a little kid from Waco, Texas, like all these other kids in Central Texas are. So that means dreams can come true. But absolutely. I come out and I see these guys out here, and man, it was just like surreal. Like and my damn first punt I get, I bobbled it. You know what I'm saying? So
that was a nerve. That might have been a nerve. We're talking up to the nerve.
I'm talking about
a little
butterflies.
bit.
When you talk about that's butterflies.
Yeah.
Man, so.
All the people you just described.
I'll never forget your first game, Walker, because I'm sitting in a day room in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I'm telling you, my buddy is out there playing, and you happen to catch a touchdown in the back of the end zone from your buddy Billy Joe Tolliver.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many you caught that year. I don't even know, but I know that day sitting in the day room you caught one, and I'm like, hey, I know that guy. And so it's just and what I wanted to bring up is that this is where the dream starts.
That's where it starts, man.
This is where the dream starts. And like you, football took you places probably you couldn't even imagine.
All over the world, man.
And football is going to take some young kid tonight a place that he never thought he could go. And in this day and age, he's going to make some bread.
And the key to that all is I dreamed of going to the NFL, but my first dream was to play varsity high school football.
Yeah.
You know, for Jefferson Moore, and for my community and for because that's what people did on Friday nights. That's what the guys on the wall, that was sitting there drinking their 40 ounces and all that. That's what they was talking about. So that was my excitement, but it all starts here, and and you never know where it end up. So, like you say, this is the beginning, but it's definitely not the end. Some of these guys play high school football, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So you go out and play hard because you're only as good as your last game. So what I say is you go play for the seniors, you play for yourself, but some of these guys, this is the last time they're going to play football. So, man, you put everything into it with the guys you grew up with, the guys that you worked out with all over the summer. So now it's time. Now it's time to get between the white lines. It's time to play.
That you bring up something very, very important is that the memories that are made tonight and during the football season are things that are going to last us a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I'm 55 years old, and there are guys that I played with, gentlemen who are no longer with us. That's what I remember about them. Those are the memories that we share, and it's something you never forget. These guys are about to experience something you never forget. I wish everyone alive could experience running out that tunnel with your friends, your teammates, your classmates, and to perform in front of your community is fulfilling. I'm sure Super Bowls, NFL games take it to another level, but I'm just saying that feeling of going out and looking up and seeing your community cheering you on is something that these kids will never forget. That's why it's so important that when you have a son or even a daughter that's playing those sports, man, that they get the support that they need, because these are memories. These things will last a lifetime, and every person, as hard as these kids work in the summer and off season, they deserve to be supported. So anytime you get a chance to go out to a football game, go out and support your team.
And if you talk to anybody, if you go talk to LaDamian, okay, and this guy has a gold jacket, okay?
Absolutely.
Well, from Waco. But this is where it all started from. I remember him being in high school and him leading the city and rushing and this, that, and other. And I remember talking and trying to get him a scholarship to Texas Tech, and Texas Tech wouldn't even take him. You understand what I'm saying? And then he goes to TCU and he becomes All-American, and he gets drafted in the first round, and now he's wearing a gold jacket. So this is where it all starts at, man. This is the beginning. So good luck to these guys. It's about 7 o'clock after that first hit, all those butterflies go away, man. And you start to leave, and then you there. I made it, So good luck to them all.
Yeah, the Friday Night Lights is something special. It's, like you said, something you'll never forget because, as Rocky just explained, you playing with the people you grew up with, and the other people that you grew up with are all in the stands watching you. There's something you don't get in college. There's something you don't get in the league. So it creates a family and a community environment, man. So Friday Night Lights is always special, especially here in Texas. I know we got people from other states watching with us, and it's a different ball game out here in Texas. As y'all know, high school football is right up there with anything else as far as football. And we ain't going to get on you too much about your Cowboys, Rocky. We'll wait a little bit later on into the stream to talk about that. We'll wait a little bit later on the stream to get on you about that.
Yeah, we got a whole season to talk about that.
Yeah, we do. But I want to look at a couple of these games from last night, give you guys some scores from the games that happened already before we get to previewing a couple of these games that are about to happen. First, on some of the lower levels, in some six-man football, we got some action already last night as Mount Calm came out with the victory over Greenville Christian. We had Cransfield Gap get a victory over Morgan 20-12 last night. We had Live Oak take on Conroe Covenant, and Live Oak got a win 16-12 last night. Frost took on Winters and got a victory 45-21. And Bremond, the team that's ranked number 2 in the state in 2A Division II, gets a win over Cairns 35-13. But the game that I got a chance to watch last night was Midway versus Round Rock Westwood. That game was played at UMHB. They played last night. Midway came out and dominated 56-19 win over Round Rock Westwood. They get another victory over this team as they started the season off against them last year with the victory. Now coming back out, striking again, getting another victory. The new quarterback under center, the senior quarterback, Andrew McNair. I don't know if I'll give him the Aaron McNair just yet. We'll wait to see how some more of this season goes and plays out. But he had a great game last night, 11 for 16, 226 yards, threw 3 touchdowns. But most of their offense in that first half was provided by the running game. Most of us already know Lathan Wyson. He's a junior running back for the Midway Panthers, one of the top running backs in his class, in the class of 2027. He's got offers from Oregon, from Baylor, from Texas. Wherever you could think of, this kid has already got offers. He didn't have to do much last night. Didn't get that much action because Midway was so successful early on. In his few carries, he did make those meaningful as he got a couple of touchdowns in those carries. But a newcomer, the sophomore that got a chance to come in, Fields Vaughn, got his first chance to play on varsity, and he definitely made it worth his while. Getting a chance to get some carries late in that second half really turned the game on his back after that as he took off, had 3 carries that all went for 3 touchdowns, had 195 yards on, I think, 10 carries total. Had a 49-yard run, a 60-yard run, and an 83-yard run in his first game on varsity. Wayne, you just talked about how you remembered your first game on varsity. That's a game right there. You remember, getting to your first game, getting 195 yards to come out and start. But overall, Midway looks good. Coach Joe Gillespie in his second year in this program as he took over last year, first year after he's coached at places like TCU, places like Tulsa. He's got collegiate experience. He's coached multiple places on the high school level as well. Now trying to be that resurgence at Midway as they look to get back into the win column. Last year went 7-5, got back into the playoffs. This year they're looking to build on that some more and see how far they can go in the playoffs. Right now, off to a 1-0 start after a big-time victory over Round Rock Westwood. Wayne, I'll start with you, man. What do you think about Midway coming out and dominating yesterday against Westwood to start the season off?
Well, man, you setting the tone from the beginning.
Absolutely.
It's always good because that translates to the next week, man, and it gives you a lot of confidence going into the next week. So any team that gets a victory in their first game, that's big for them because now you kind of build that confidence to go out and know you, and it gives you a measuring stick on what you have as far as the coaches, but as far as the players, it's a confidence builder because now you know we can win. So winning is an ingredient for success. You know what I'm saying? So you mix that in the bowl, man, and it's like that gumbo, man. You start putting it all together. But Midway has been down the last few years, but I think they got the staff and I think they got the people there now that can turn those things around.
Well, let me say this. Like, I think Midway is one of those programs around town that the fan base and the city kind of expects them to be successful, expects them to win. So these kids who go over in that program know what they're playing for. They know what the expectation is. And when they're down, like you said, they've been down the last few years, they're a situation where you can't ignore it. Like it becomes a topic of conversation, and they know that. So these kids come in with sort of a pressure to perform, and you can't win them all until you win the first one. So,
that's right.
So I think winning, and I tell you what, winning begets more winning. Like if you win the first one, you're stacking that one up. You win the second one, and therefore it becomes part of what you expect, and that's one of the things that I always kind of, and I'll ask you this, Wayne, if you felt like this. When I was in school, the people before us had won so much.
It was expected.
We didn't feel any pressure to win. We just knew went into every game expecting to win.
That was the expectation.
Yeah, so we didn't even feel pressure or anything like that. Yeah. Because the people before us had won.
Yep.
You guys had won. And then the people before us had won. And then we come behind and because in essence, and Coach T had done a great job with this, everybody had the formula for success. And everybody was given And we were confident that we had the talent to be successful. So it was never a question of whether or not we were going to win on most Friday nights. We pretty much knew we were going to win as long as we went out and execute what we were taught to do during the week. We always had a sound game plan. And coaches did their part by preparing us, and we did our part by playing hard each and every week. And I think that's in high school, that's all it takes. Coaches preparing you, and the kids going out there and playing hard.
Because you can play against some guys that play like defensive tackle and they 5'9", 190 pounds and they dominating. You know what I'm saying? And you got a guy across from him that's 6'3", 20, and you being dominated.
Yeah.
You know, but that's what high school is, man. It's just playing hard and it's playing with heart. Like, you know, you can say this. Like in basketball, if you have a African American team, you have another Caucasian team, you can kind of expect for that to translate in they finna get ran out the gym. But in football,
that don't mean nothing.
That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing.
Well, you know, there are so many variables in football. You know what I mean? Because football is a choreographed violence that lasts about 7 or 8 seconds each, you know, a series of those. And that choreographed violence is whoever can choreograph it and impose their will on the other team usually wins. And we all know, you know, through playing sports and other things, the choreographing of what you're trying to do, the execution dictates whether you're going to be successful or not. It's not the talent.
Yeah.
It's the execution of being
definitely. Because, I mean, there's so many different forms of football here. Like some people still run the ball. And they had a running back, they had 2 running backs in the backfield. They'll go out and block, and then they'll just roll their quarterback and they run it. It's just power sweep with the quarterback. I mean, if you did that in college, that's the only place you could do it in, is in high school football. But that's Texas because there's so many different variables. And I mean, that's from 6 men on. You know,
one of the things, I'll mention another thing that Coach T, you know, this is another play you're going to know, Walker, 34 belly.
Oh, 34 belly was
So Coach T, I asked him, I said, Coach, you should run 34 belly all the time. Why is that? He says, you have to have a play that your kids can run in the rain, in the sleet, in the snow, blindfolded, with one arm and hand tied behind your back. He said, I can get you guys at 50-something years old, I can get you guys out there right now.
And run 34 and 35 belly, for sure.
He says, that's how, he said that was part of the ingredients to success. We had something we could do. It doesn't seem like many teams nowadays go into the game with something they can do. He says you could put a 9-man front, you can have a 7-man front, you can put a 3-man front. We all knew how to block 34 belly, regardless of the circumstances and situation.
Very successful play because, like you said, man, you're gonna get so many times you're gonna run that play during the game. I mean, and then sometimes it wasn't to get a touchdown, it wasn't to get nothing, but it wasn't to get yards. It's just to keep the defense honest, and that's what we did. And I can tell you another thing about Coach Tucci. This guy right here, the off-season program for high school guys, man, was off the chain, man. I'm telling you, man, we were jumping over logs and we was
log drills, mad drill, it didn't matter.
200s.
Oh, man.
Yeah, 200s. I didn't even have to go to track practice after we went and had off-season because, man,
we were like the athletes / Ultimate Warriors. You know what I mean?
And then you wrestling on Fridays. I mean, but he has one of the. I mean, like I was prepared for college in that area, going to lift weights and running and being in shape. Now catching the ball, that's a different thing because I didn't know how to catch the ball with my hands when I was in high school, but I learned that when
you knew how to block though.
I knew how to block. That's what I was going to tell you. I knew how to block, and I knew how to be physical because that's what I was taught in high school. So
it's kids that need that right now. So you might be putting them on to something.
You know, I say this all the time. People may think I'm joking by this, and I wonder, do you feel this way, Walker? Like, practice and off-season was so difficult, guys. The game was almost like an off day. And I mean, that's how our off season and our practice was. The game was like an off day. Like, and you know,
for sure.
it was like that. I mean, I can't explain it now. I know people have played in games that were very tiring or whatever, but I can honestly say that
you're going to be in shape.
Yeah. You
play,
we
if
were
nothing else was going on, you was going to be in shape.
After the game, we could do the prep and the Cabbage Patch and all that stuff. We were looking for something to do after the game. We wasn't pooped after the game.
Yeah.
And we done put a pretty good whooping on somebody, I'll tell you that.
But I really appreciate it because he taught so much discipline. Like you wasn't wearing your pants down. You wasn't wearing earrings in your ears.
Yeah.
You wasn't doing any of that, you know. I mean, he ran a very, strict ship, and it was very.
I don't know how many times guys would go out and buy gloves and pads.
He didn't let y'all have no swag and nothing out there on the
field.
field.
Look at here. He tell you, go in there and take all that off. If you need all that to play.
Hey, no swag if you playing for Coach T, y'all.
One of his things was, it's a long ways away from your heart. That's what the thing he tell you. I don't care.
No, I get it. We got to get into a quick break here, fellas. When we come back, we got some more of these teams we got to cover. We're going to give a little bit of analysis on each and every one of these teams here, especially in this greater Waco area. But we got to get into a break, folks. We're just a few minutes away from kickoff for most of the teams, starting at 7 o'clock. The other half will start at 7:30. So we're going to a quick break, folks. We'll be right back. Stay tuned and stay locked in with us right here on Friday Night Flex.
Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the city with a playwright. Yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah. I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the city with an A. Yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah. I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the city with a playwright. Yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah. I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Test 1 2, test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers.
Give me a countdown.
From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes at 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Thanks, everybody, and stay tuned here with Friday Night Flex. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, wherever you're watching from. Make sure you like and share this stream, whether you're watching on YouTube, whether you're watching on Facebook. I think we're on the 94.5 page also. Or if you want to go over to Roku, just find Centex Sports Network, and you can find us there. We're doing something a little bit different tonight. Of course, this is our first night of Friday Night Flex, and we want to have an area where we can feature some of our local businesses. And of course, Waco has some restaurants, but Waco also has, it's levels to this thing, y'all. It's levels to this thing. So we done moved it to the next level. There are barbecue places, but there's levels. And tonight, our featured restaurant is none other than Hilliard Barbecue, and I've got the owner here. Now, he goes by Bot, and he'll tell you what his legal government name is, but y'all that are watching in Waco, I don't want to throw y'all off. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Bob.
Thank you for having me. I just want to shout out to Centex Sport Network for having me. My name is Navarro Hill. I'm the proud owner of Gillis Barbecue, where you get, quit going across the street where you get more barbecue sauce than you get meat. That's our slogan. We've been in business 5 years now, and we started off as a food truck, but we're transitioning more so now to catering, and our focus or our mission is to serve the community by way of food. We have Facebook, Instagram. You can contact us at 254-715-6416. Again, it's Hillis Barbecue, and our slogan is "Smoke in the City."
So wait a minute. So I don't want y'all to go too far with how to contact me, because we want to talk about what's under these trays right here. So it's levels in barbecue. So you got some places now. I mean, we ain't dissing Rudy's. You got some Rudy's out there. You got some here locally. You got some I think it's Uncle Dan's or something. But it's levels to this thing. And so I think we done moved to the next level. So just tell us real quickly, give us some barbecue credentials. Now you just a regular backyard barbecue cook, or our uncle, or are you a family reunion barbecuer? That's the difference. It's levels.
Well, the most common thing is barbecue, but I'm a low and slow person.
Okay, all right.
It take a little time with my meat.
All right.
I don't have the temperature too high, so I kind of got to babysit my meat. You see what I'm saying? I got to tend to it. This is my baby. I tend to.
We picked up. You got to babysit it. You got to tend to it, low and slow. All right, we got you. So
in other words, I do the cooking and let the people do the talking.
Oh, okay. All right. So some of the hosts are gonna come around the table here from Friday Night Flex. We got Rocky Miller. We got the Hall of Famer, none other than Wayne Walker in here. But I'm going to say for this particular segment, Rocky is the Hall of Famer. Rocky is the Hall of Famer. When I want to know where a restaurant is, what's new in the city, I call Rock, and he is the one that puts me on, and he ain't never failed me yet. So let's get some of those plates. I see some plates right over there.
And you would call him a food expert.
Expert.
Yeah. I like food Hall of Famer, man. I like
Can
I be a Hall of Famer too? My partner's a Hall of Famer. Can I be a Hall of Famer too?
All right,
so we're going to let him damn first.
He gonna open it up.
From this way, coming from this way, we got brisket. On the menu, we got brisket, ribs, smoked chicken, barbecue sauce, fried cabbage, and some beans.
I got.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, we're doing this right now, but also just know that here at 7 o'clock we're gonna start talking about more about some of the games, Friday Night Flex, and if you got a business, if you're a restaurant and you think you can be on this level, put that back. That's how they hear it.
Sorry.
Oh yeah. If you want to be on this level, see us. Come see us. Holler at our director of marketing, Mr. Anthony Powell, and he'll get you all plugged up to get you in. So tell us more about where you're located. So you said you had a food truck at one time.
Yes, sir. For 2 years, we opened business in 2020. I was on 801 Elm Street for about 2.5 years. They did some remodeling, so it forced me to have to change locations. I located to New Dallas Highway, stayed there about right at 2 years. And then there was some renovation over there that took place to kind of force me, or it transitioned me to just focus solely on catering.
Okay, all right.
And then another thing, when he was saying it was level to this barbecue, a lot of people cook their meat and smother in barbecue sauce so you can't taste the flavor. No. When you are real live smoking the city allergies, you let the people taste it.
Tell them, man.
I'm a dipper. I'm a dipper. I don't want to take away from it. You see?
Tell them.
Put that on the side.
Hey, now with all this food here, right? I'm gonna put somebody on the spot because I can't go in here without some blessing.
Yeah. Hey, no. Wait a minute. Let's get our marketing director, Minister Powell. Go on, give us.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got you.
Yeah.
You don't have to see me, you just see this food.
Yeah.
And so, Heavenly Father, thank you for this meal. Thank you for this gathering. Thank you for the Friday Night Flex. And thank you for Nabate Hilliard's barbecue, that it was going to be good for us and good for everything in our soul. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Oh, yeah, we had to get that in. Hey, because this look like Big Mama's.
Yeah.
Big Mama. Hey, and I would have got my ear twisted, thumped upside the head.
Because your mom is probably watching. Your mama
For
probably.
sure she watching.
Probably watching.
Yeah, and it probably is a plate gonna slip out of here. Going in that direction.
So y'all go ahead and get some, because we need the camera needs to see your faces. You know, we need to.
Oh, okay.
It's so important.
Well, for the sake of the camera, I'm gonna do a little something right now.
Yeah.
Cause y'all can't. Cause what I do off camera,
That can't be televised. That can't be televised. Well, I've seen you eat on Facebook before when you're trying out a restaurant. So I don't know why you're being shy now.
Hey, look at here.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Banana pudding.
We had to say the best for last. I do the cooking and meat, and my wife does the sides and the desserts. And I have to say, this is the best banana pudding on this side of heaven.
Y'all heard it here first.
Hey. And now if you think, we might have to even start like a competition, right? You know, Friday Night Flex is about we might have to start a competition. If you think you can be on some levels like this, you might need to holler at us, because my boy Bot from Hilliard Barbecue done laid it out.
Oh, yeah.
Rocky, you going to come back in camera so you can
give us a review, man.
We got a camera up here, don't we?
No, Mama. We got a ride and a tight.
We got our own Keith Lee right here, y'all. He's going to give us a full review in front of everybody.
Brisket, moist, tender, barbecue sauce, sensational.
Okay.
Got the smoke flavor. The meat is moist, tender, but I couldn't resist. He said he's a dipper.
Yeah.
And I had to dip.
Yeah.
I had to dip, baby. So and the barbecue sauce is sensational.
Hey, I'm gonna tell our director.
Thank you so much, Bob. I appreciate it, brother.
Take that
A1,
man down so they can really.
I can't wait to get into the rest of it.
Yeah. So Friday Night Flex. Now you did some football here.
Oh, come on now.
You gotta lead into it.
Oh, okay, Mama.
Okay. Tell us a little bit. What do you know about Friday night?
Well, I was a proud graduate of Waco High 2001, class of 2001. Yes, I played with Derrick Johnson. He was a middle linebacker. I was a strong safety. Stiff as your arm. One of the stiffest defenses around Central Texas. Something may big to differ, but
No, but I tell you this. I actually played on the best defense that ever played at Waco High. You guys are by far the second best. I know it's arguable, but I'm just our two defenses stand alone. I'll just put it like that. You with Derrick Johnson, y'all defense was led by Derrick Johnson. Our defense was led by another All-State linebacker, which was Anthony Williams. So we had y'all had a strong safety, which is you. We had a strong safety, Rodney Neal. Y'all had tough defensive tackles. We had tough defensive tackles. Like I said, y'all had everything we had. It's right there, 1A and 1B. I'll say it like that.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
For sure.
Let me get in front of you here, Rob.
In front of this camera like that.
What we need.
Get the bread over there.
Let me get y'all bread over there. Onions, all that. But you know, I've been knowing Dot a long time though, man. He used to come up to the Y.
He raised.
Man.
Oh yeah.
And he's one of the baddest kids to come through. I want y'all to know that, man.
Sure was. Hey, wait. Now I'm gonna tell you, my mama ain't gonna be happy about this, but I picked up the cabbage with my hand. It's some of the best cabbage I done tasted. I had to go get me for it. Probably a cabbage on point.
You see, they don't do this nowhere in Central Texas. They break away from the live show and have lunch. It's a family reunion kind of stuff.
The cabbage is so good, you don't even need pepper sauce.
No hot sauce or nothing.
You don't need pepper sauce.
What y'all call this cabbage?
Ooh.
Hey, y'all. Vegas barbecue.
Hey, if you
might want to get in where you fit in.
Hey, you know, if this we ain't no club, but something like this, you say 813 Lake Air Drive.
Yeah, here's your barbecue. Where they got smoking the city.
So while they doing this, y'all were having a discussion inside about Friday night and how impactful that is on your life if you're a young player. Do everybody get them butterflies in their stomach?
Everybody.
I got them butterflies in my stomach.
Everybody get it, man. I don't care who you are. I mean,
and on what level you play, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I knew I was the best player on the team, but still, I'm still getting them butterflies. I don't care who you are.
There might be somebody on that team waiting to say, "Wait a minute," because y'all had a decent team, you know. Yeah.
They
Okay.
They wasn't me though.
Now I'll say this:
they wasn't me though. I mean seriously, I was already being recruited and I already had a scholarship, and I was the only kid on there that did it.
Okay.
I had went to state and track 3 years straight, so.
Don't talk anyway.
Yeah. I ain't wanting to brag, but you know, I'm just saying.
Ribs. Just enough tug on the ribs, but they come right off the bone. Oh, man.
I'm using the sauce, but I didn't have to have sauce. You know, that tell you something. I ate half my plate with no sauce.
That's how you know it's good.
Real Texas barbecue don't need sauce.
Y'all heard it.
Real
Texas barbecue don't need sauce.
Y'all heard it.
No.
Production dude done came out. You need to make your plate.
Watch
Man,
this.
come on through here, bro.
You need to go ahead and get it, man.
Man, you probably vegan. You can't eat nothing but just ketchup, huh?
You good? Oh no, you done been to the dentist.
You know, interesting story, right? Interesting. It might have, it might have been y'all's.
They told me Wayne
banquet. Did Kevin still talk to y'all banquet?
No, they ain't told you that. I ain't told you that.
You know the year Kevin Steele.
I used to do all that old health stuff.
Kevin Steele, the guy that coached there. Baylor. He spoke at the Waco Hot Banquet. Watch this. He spoke at the Waco Hot Banquet one year, and this dude was a vegan or he didn't eat meat. He got a whole bunch of coleslaw and then put barbecue sauce on the coleslaw at their football banquet. Yeah, so I put it like this. I probably could eat coleslaw with that barbecue sauce over the top, bro. Now, when Kevin Steele did it, it didn't make no sense to me. I thought he was crazy. But
that cabbage is on. What?
Oh yeah.
We done got a 5-star review from the cabbage. 5-star review from the ribs.
The brisket too.
So Bob, what kind of events do you guys do? Birthday parties?
We do
corporate events?
What do you do? Birthday party, business settings, family reunions. We're just a call away. We'll do. There's no party too small.
Okay.
So from a party of 100 to a group of 10, to a group of 5, we love cooking, and our mission is serving by way of food.
Let me ask you this: like during the holiday, like if my family need a small little spread, maybe a turkey and a ham and some dressing, some sides, whatever. Can you do that too?
I'm glad you asked. We fry turkeys, smoked ham. My wife does the dressing, whatever you want. Greens, cabbage, long as it's well done. Give us a call.
Okay.
Mac and cheese. My wife does desserts, pies, banana pudding, Oreo cheesecake, Snicker cheesecake, Twix cheesecake. Yes, I said Twix cheesecake.
Twix.
Yes, sir.
That's interesting.
Never had that in the cheesecake.
So
She might have to do Snicker for me though.
no, I'm just messing with you. All the desserts across the board are the best on this side of heaven. I'm just waiting on somebody to try this banana pudding, and then nothing like some banana.
Maybe we can
banana
get
pudding.
Somebody got
Maybe we can
somebody,
nothing like some
somebody
banana
jumped up.
pudding.
Somebody
Nothing like
jumped
some
up.
banana pudding.
Somebody jumped up. This is Anthony Powell, our director of marketing here at Centex Sports Network, and he is coming in to give us. We needed a professional.
Yeah, we got to get a real professional.
Yeah, we needed a professional.
Oh yeah, that banana pudding. Hey, it's got the look. It's got the look.
And for you banana textured people that have a difficulty with the texture of bananas, trust me, you ain't gonna even stumble over a banana. You gonna taste it, but you won't even stumble over a banana. No chunks.
Okay, we gonna see.
I'm stepping in front of the camera, y'all. This is just ad lib.
Smooth as 35, where they done did the construction in. Yes, sir. Come in the camera so they can see you.
I may have to take off running. I ain't shot in 20 years. Oh man.
Once again, I
Right?
thank Sports Network for even having me on. It's a bunch of good guys.
Oh yeah, man.
I love y'all. Like, I appreciate y'all for this.
And like I say, you're Waco Hotline, so you and the family. And walk over there, he'll jump some more lines, so he all right too.
So again, make sure tell us how people can reach you if they want to use your service. Tell them one more time.
You could get in contact with us on Instagram, Facebook.
Is that Hilliard Barbecue on this?
Hillards-barbecue. On Facebook is Hillard Barbecue. Just Google me. When you put it in your search bar, it'll pop up.
Now that's Hillard, right?
Hillard. All right. One I. Hilliard. Not A-I-A-R-D. Hillard. One I.
We want to thank Bot so much for coming by and bringing this kind of spread. This is levels.
Yeah.
Levels. We are at that level. Stay tuned. We're getting ready to start giving you some of the scores and highlights for some of the games. It's getting ready to kick off at 7 o'clock. Thank everybody. Make sure you like and share wherever you're watching from. If you're watching on Facebook and you want to catch it on your TV, all you got to do is go to Roku, download Centex Sports Network, or you can go to YouTube and download that app and then keep up with us. We're going to be on all throughout the games tonight. Again, we want to thank Mr. Hilliard for coming by and blessing us. Make sure you support him. Make sure you, Waco, you listening. Make sure you support local because it is important. And he said that this, give me that smoke station.
Just smoke in the city. Smoke in the city.
Say less. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Friday Night Flex.
But this is banana pudding in the city. Yes, sir. Banana pudding go hard.
My name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here. We're entering into the second hour of the show today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today. We just got done wrapping up about the big news of the Michael Parsons trade headed out to Green Bay. We'll cover some more of that a little bit later. As I've told you guys, high school football is starting. Actually starts tonight. Midway will be playing against Westwood, but most of the games will start tomorrow. Friday Night Lights, we get the first one of the year. It's always special. And we have a very special guest in the house with us, the quarterback.
There ain't no talking, you know there's something going on.
Mr. Roy Nichols in the building with us. Also, his pops in here, Les, with us as well. Fellas, what's going on? Savoy, man, tell us about, I know you guys are excited for the season starting tomorrow. You guys get Gillis Central, man. What is all that preparation you guys put in from
Y'all do Thanksgiving.
summertime until now, man? How excited are you guys actually ready to get out there and go play football?
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because normally people do ask us.
Yeah.
The gingerbread dressing, mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese. I know mac and cheese at the box. Just about anything.
I'll tell you what, my house is pretty picky about that Mac, boy. That Mac, I get family unions, I get everybody picky about that Mac.
Man, everybody think they got the 3 cheese, Gouda.
It's been fun, man, to be able to watch you guys
Long as noodles done, cheese is
what
creamy.
you guys are doing.
Everything
I want to ask you a
is good in
question, man. You've seen this university program, and you've been obviously coaching and playing with your son over the years, man. What has that been like to see him finally get a shot last year and now coming in as one of those, really one of the guys coming into this season?
It's here, I'm gonna just cover it up again.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here, entering to the second hour of the show today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today, as we just got done wrapping up about the big news of the Michael Parsons trade headed out to Green Bay. We'll cover some more of that a little bit later. As I've told you guys, high school football is starting. It actually starts tonight. Midway will be playing against Westwood, but most of the games will start tomorrow. Friday Night Lights, we get the first one of the year. It's always special. And we have a very special guest in the house with us, the starting quarterback for the University Trojans, Mr. Savoy Nichols, in the building with us. Also, his pops in here, Les, with us as well. Fellas, what's going on? Yes, sir, man. Savoy, man, tell us about, I know you guys are excited for the season starting tomorrow. You guys get Gillis Central, man. What is all that preparation you guys put in from last season to the off season, summertime until now, man? How excited are you guys actually ready to get out there and go play some football tomorrow?
Very excited. All the energy's been up. When I got there, turned around, I was playing last year. Still pretty good.
Yeah, it's been fun, man, to be able to watch you guys and being able to build on each and every year what you guys are doing. Les, I want to ask you a question, man. You've seen this university program, and you've been obviously coaching and playing with your son over the years, man. What has that been like to see him finally get his shot last year and now coming in as one of those, really one of the guys coming into this season?
Yes, I'm very excited about it. Going into last year, I was like, hey, we just maintain your whole son and don't get your head down after the freshman season. He was on varsity. But last year, he really showed leadership to me and took over the team and showed himself as a leader. So I know he can. I was proud of him.
Yeah, coming in as a sophomore like you were last year, some guys get the opportunity to step up. But when you're the quarterback, it's a little bit different feeling, a little bit different that's asked of you. You got to go out there and not only be a leader for your offense, but really for the entire team. Savoy, what was that like being able to step in, even as a young guy last year, to step into that role and kind of take control of that offense?
First, it was a little challenge.
Yeah, no, for sure.
A lot of pressure and everything, but over the season, over the time, my confidence built up, just right where we at now, good.
Yeah, last year you had some games, some really good games, Gillis Central being one of them. When you finally start to get that rhythm and you start to connect with your guys and you feel like, man, I know what he's about to do before he even does it out there, and it starts to slow down for you. What is that feeling like, and how, as your confidence started to grow a little bit last year?
Just good, just make you feel better.
Yeah.
Play better. Everything is better.
Yeah, and you guys have a lot of stars on your team. Obviously, your teammate London Smith, and we had your other teammate on here, Devontae Kirkland. on here. First off, a lot of you guys played at Southern, man. I don't know how y'all got that pipeline going straight from Southern, the Southern Panthers, all the way up to University. Coach Cleo. Yeah, we had Cleo on it too, man. Coach Cleo definitely doing his thing. But being able to play with some guys that you've known for a long time, does that make it a little bit easier out there for you, knowing these guys? And you're like, man, it's like a brotherhood more than it is just having a teammate out here.
Yes, sir, it does. It's just more fun also, too.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting a chance to go out there and make some plays with your team. Tell me about a little bit the transition from Coach Foster or really from Coach Johnson over to Coach Foster. I know Coach Foster was already on the staff, but now a different head coach stepping into the seat, even though he was with you guys already last year. What has that transition been like from having Coach Johnson the last year into now coming into Coach Foster?
I think it's been around the same thing because the way, like, he I don't know the word. He set it up for Coach Foster. Coach Foster just had to step in.
Yeah, and when we had him on here, he pretty much said the same thing. They're keeping a lot of the same things in place for you guys. Some of the same staff out there as well, so that always makes it a little bit easier. Playing for University, Savora, I always say they got, I think probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, fan support base in the city. Waco High, it was split up from 3 schools and combined into one. So a lot of the alumni might have went to Richfield or they might have went to A.J. Moore. University is being University, so you guys have probably the biggest fan base in the city. Do you guys feel that support from the fans and from the city when you guys out there playing?
Yes, sir. For sure.
Yeah, what's that like being able to see all the support you guys come out from, not just from South Waco, but from everybody, man? Y'all got everybody in Waco ready to watch you guys this upcoming season.
Feels like you're a little kid. You just look up and see all the people in the stands. That's what it feels like.
That's definitely been cool. Les, I got another question for you, man. What has it been like on this recruiting trail with your son? Obviously, like I said, I've seen you guys. You've been closely involved with him from a young kid up until now. Now, as you guys the coaches are starting to call, the players are starting to say, hey, man, we should go here and do this. What has that process been like for you as a parent?
It's been pretty good. Get stressful at time. I mean, I learned you have to block other folks out. You have to really, ask God for the direction, because they tell you anything. But as long as you praying and I sit back and I tell my son lots of times, I said, be prepared at any day. They would say anything, but when it all comes down to signing day, making a commitment, we're going to sit down with a prayer about it and make sure the school that we choose is really for him, a good fit. Because just to say, hey, I'm going to Texas and it's not fitting you, that's not good. So I'm pretty, happy about that. I think Coach Brian from Midwestern State University, he gave the first offer and it's coming in. Just be patient. That's what I tell him all the time. Also.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he played as a sophomore last year, so he's got 2 more years of this recruiting to be able to go on. So definitely expecting more and more offers. Is it difficult, as a guy that's coached football too, to sit into the stands and kind of just be patient and let everything play out? You got to hear everybody's opinions about everything along with all of that as well. What is that like, being able to sit back and kind of try to enjoy watching your son, but also at the same time having your critiques, what you think, and then also listening to everybody in the crowd as well?
To be honest, it really is funny at times.
Yeah.
You be sitting there and you have some say, oh, he's like a Lamar Jackson. And then you have some say, oh, he should have threw the ball to this person wide open. But they not really looking at, you got a 6'4", 280-pound guy right in your face. You can't see. and it's amazing me because, I learned as a parent and a coach, you have to, experience the criticism.
Yeah.
And that's what I always, I told my son, I said, you have to close your ear to certain things, son. Even with me, you hear the good and you hear the bad, but that's part of the game. So as long as you build yourself and understand everybody is not for you, everybody's not going to say positive things. Learn how to accept the negative and keep going and do what you got to do as a leader. That's how I feel.
Yeah. No, most definitely. I mean, it's tough, man. I know sitting out there and having to listen to people say, like you said, somebody might say it's the best thing in the world, somebody might say it's the worst thing in the world. But keeping level-headed and keeping calm, man, I always respect that about you guys, man. It seems like you do a great job of doing that. Savor, what are some of the things that you take last year was your first year starting? some of those things that you take, like, okay, I can keep this, I throw away this part right here. What are some of those things you worked on in the off season, in the summer, leading up to this season that you say, okay, this year I want to be better at this particular thing?
I think keeping my leadership is one thing, and another one, what to drop. That's a good question right there. I can just say the goofiness, I guess you could say. I wasn't locked in a lot of times, actually. Just little mistakes.
Yeah, for sure.
Mistakes, that's all it is.
No, that's good, man. Always knowing what you need to build on. Some people, you know, you ask them a question like that, and they might think, oh, I don't have anything I need to build on. I'm just going to keep playing my game. But knowing those things that, okay, I want to work on this. I want to build on this. Who are some of the guys that you watch whenever you're like, okay, I want to watch some tape and learn some things, take away from some guys? That could be on the NFL level, the college level. Who are some of those guys you look at the quarterback position and say, okay, I need to take some things away from his game?
Lamar.
Yeah. Hey,
sure.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yes, sir, Lamar.
Yeah, Lamar definitely. I mean, probably my favorite player in the league too. So you can't go wrong with that out there. Looking at the offense this upcoming year, man, is there? We know about some of the guys in the offense. Anybody that we need to be looking out for this year that you're like, man, I think this guy can have a good year, or this guy can have a good year, or is it everybody on the whole offense?
I was just gonna say, I think it's everybody.
Yeah,
I think everybody got a chance to just really blow up this year.
Yeah, I think so too, man. I think University is right on the cusp of being able to do something really great. You guys play tomorrow, man. Starting the season out on the road. First off, what is it like when you have to start out on the road? You know, first game, everybody's excited. You always like, man, I kind of wish we was at home a little bit. What is the preparation going in saying, okay, we have to be locked in on the road, going away somewhere tomorrow as you guys get a chance to play Gillis Central?
Like you just said, we got to be locked in on the road. This is my first time playing on the road for first game, so it's a little new for me also, but I just got to adjust. We know what we're going down there for. So.
No, definitely. You guys started off tomorrow, man. Everybody is waiting to see you guys coming up. Before we get off here, man, what can we expect out of not only yourself this upcoming season, but University Trojans as a whole? What can we expect out of you and the rest of these guys this upcoming season?
I think y'all should expect a lot. One thing that we really need is the district championship, though. That's one thing we really need. We really want that.
Yeah, we had Coach Foster on here, man. He said the same thing. He said we're looking at getting that district championship, locking that in, making sure we have that first, and the playoff success will be able to come after that. It's a lot of football games coming on this weekend, man. After this game, guys get done on Friday. What's some of the games that you're looking forward to? I asked both of you guys, looking forward to watching this upcoming weekend. You know, Texas Ohio State is this weekend. It's a lot of good games. Miami Notre Dame is on this weekend. Baylor will be playing Auburn, the same guys, same time as you guys tomorrow. Any games you're looking forward to coming up for college football this weekend?
I know I'm looking at that Texas and Ohio State.
Yeah, man. Everybody's locked in for that one. Like I said in the break, I'm just mad they made it 11 o'clock. I got to get up and actually get ready to be able to watch the game now instead of waiting for the late game. Les, what about you, man? Any games that you looking forward to watching this weekend, college, or any other high school games that you be looking or wanting to tune into later on?
Well, Texas and Ohio. I'm favoring Texas.
Yeah.
I'm curious about in high school, Waco High, and I believe that is
Granbury.
How that's going to come out. I'm hoping for the best for the High because it's Waco.
For sure.
And looking forward to that game right there. Just see the outcome of that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one as well, man. And a lot of great games coming on this weekend, not only in college football, but the Central Texas area in general, man. A lot of guys representing well in this area. A lot of teams already ranked. I'll be looking for universities to be moving up in those rankings as we go throughout the weeks, especially after they pick up a win this weekend against Gillis Central. Fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on here with us, man, and talking, taking some time out your schedule before tomorrow, man. I wish you guys all the luck, and the city is definitely behind you guys as you're traveling out to Gillis Central tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. That is Savoy Nichols, quarterback for the University High School Trojans. They play tomorrow at 7 o'clock against Gillis Central. They started out on the road. We'll obviously be breaking down more of that as we get further and further throughout tomorrow's show for Friday Night Flex. So make sure you guys are tuning in for that. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got some more to talk about, some more topics to touch on before we get out of here. Appreciate Savoy and Les for stopping by with us. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned and stay locked in. We'll be right back after this.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, the men and the women, starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win. Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Ron Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going on. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, never turning around. The island's young.
Going back in, do it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the Bears coming home to score is Avery Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Kroger. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. Walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Ooh, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I can wait on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis still here. We're entering into the second hour of the show today. We want to thank everybody for tuning in with us here today as we just got done wrapping up about the big news of the Michael Parsons trade headed out to Green Bay. We'll cover some more of that a little bit later. As I've told you guys, high school football is starting. It actually starts tonight. Midway will be playing against Westwood, but most of the games will start tomorrow. Friday Night Lights, we get the first one.
Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'm at their neck like a guillotine. Woo! Lex and Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa. I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go wave on it, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with an A, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah. We be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright, yeah. Going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah. I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back in Friday Night Flex. Still here live at the studio here in Waco, Texas, as we get ready to give you guys some more coverage from around the greater Waco area here on high school football. It is week one. As most of you know, you've made your travel arrangements. Those of you that did travel, if you didn't, you're trying to scramble the internet, find wherever you can watch certain things. Let me give you guys a couple of score updates while we're here early for some of the 7 o'clock games. University and Keller Central. University and Keller Central right now tied at 7 apiece in the first quarter. Robinson, halfway through the first quarter, already up 14-0 on West. New Waverly and Teague, both tied at 7 apiece in the first quarter. Clifton taking on Riesel. Clifton's got a 7-point lead over Riesel right now, 7-0 lead. Dawson up 24-0 on Hubbard, and Hamilton is up 14-0 on Millsap. I want to take a second, and you guys just got a chance to see the interview I had with University quarterback Savoy Nichols yesterday on the show, as they're tied right now 7-7 against Keller Central. But I want to take a quick look at this University Trojans team. Last year went 7-4, an improvement from they've been building. I've been talking about this university program, been building over the last few years. Last year, go 7-4, get into the playoffs, come up short. This year, a new coach. The defensive coordinator, Charles Foster, was promoted to head coach as Coach K'Ron Johnson went back to Baylor, took an assistant coaching job over there at Baylor. Now Coach Johnson and Coach Foster in the mix there. This is a star-studded team. We talk about a lot of these guys. We have Savoy on here, but they've got the number one rated receiver in Waco in London Smith, the Baylor commit. They've got one of a top 30 safety in the class of 2027 and Devontre Kirkland on the team as well. They've been calling it the no-fly zone is what they call their defense. Last year got 20 interceptions on the defensive side of the ball, leading all the teams in the Waco area. Jeremiah Green has a big part of that. He had 7 picks last year playing safety. They've got Ronald Derrick, the DN, who's committed to Arizona State. It's a lot of talent on this university team. Now it's time for talent to meet preparation and for preparation to meet opportunity for this team, as right now they're taking on Keller Central. And what is the resurgence of university is what I've been calling it over the last couple of years. Rocky, what do you think about this resurgence of university over the last few years and how they've come back from being a dormant program for a few years there, now slowly rising up and up every single year?
As a Waco High alumnus, it's very familiar to me for a team in this area to have 4 Division I players on it. It's usually not at university historically.
Yeah.
You know, you have to go back to the days of probably LaDainian Tomlinson before you get multiple D1 caliber players at university. So this is this is almost a golden era when you look at 4 D1
Absolutely.
players in one on one team. But with that being said, those 4 D1 players means that, generally speaking, you're going to outman most teams that you come in contact with in the state of Texas on any level. So what that does is put an expectation and a target on your back.
Yes.
Because when those guys come out from those other teams and see those prospects on the field, you committed. And they're going to tell you, hey, you committed to Baylor, you committed to Oklahoma State, you committed to Arizona State, and you're gonna get everybody's best shot.
Absolutely.
You're gonna get everybody's best shot. But again, you know, as a coach, you want to coach the best players, and it seems like Charles Foster has, you know, some great players to coach. You know, they're in a situation where they have expectations now. They are, you know, should be at the top of the league, at the district that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how it goes. You know, they're very balanced in this regard. They have a wide receiver and a quarterback.
Yeah.
You understand? And they have because we just did an interview with Savoy, they have a defensive lineman and DB. And I'm sure London will play to get some time at DB as well. So, you know, they have what you need. Now, do they have the other pieces, what I like to call the nuts and bolts of what makes a great team? A great offensive line and a running back, because that's what generally in high school can control a game most times. They got the pieces that you want. Like they got the glitz and the glamour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do they have the nuts and the bolts?
Yeah.
And so that's what they're going to find out. And I see that they're in a very competitive game right now.
Yeah, Keller Central is a team that wants to get revenge on them. Last year, University was able to go up there and get a win. This University team, like you said, they were young last year and they were learning a lot. Now they got to bring that experience. They got to bring that wherewithal back into this season and keep that same intensity for games 1 through 10 all the way through. I think that's probably one of the harder parts especially at the high school level, for teams to stay consistent the entire time as well. So we'll be checking in more with this University team. Before we move over to the other team in WISD, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, RJ's Bargain Center, located on 711 Lynn Street in Waco. Why pay full price for appliances when you don't have to? At RJ's Bargain Center, you'll find brand new refrigerators, washers, dryers, and stoves at deep discounts every single day. Every week, fresh specialists hit the floor, so there's always a new deal waiting for you. And when you buy, we'll deliver and install. So don't lift a finger, save time, save money, and upgrade your home. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network sponsor, located on 711 Lynn Street in Waco. Give them a call at 254-224-6178. That's 254-224-6178. That is RJ's Bargain Center. Thank you guys so much for being a part of this broadcast, guys. Make sure you guys go over to RJ's Bargain Center and check those guys out.
Yeah, RJ's like the Colorado Buffaloes who are watching on our monitor over here. RJ's isn't hard to find.
Yeah.
It's the barn right on Waco Drive.
Yeah. Listen, you see him every time you go down Waco Drive and you getting ready to get in the Bell
Right
Mead.
before you get to Church's Chicken.
Yeah.
Y'all know it on the same side.
Yeah, right before you get over there to Church's, man. So make sure you guys go over there and check them out. As Wayne jumps back in here to join the crew with us, we just got done talking about this University team, Wayne. You know a lot of these kids. You've known them for a long time. You know these coaches as well. What makes this University team primed and ready to go for this year to be able to do something special?
Well, man, they got a chance to win last year. You know, they got a taste of success. So when you get a taste of success, you want to continue to taste that. You know, it's like eating a good steak. You know what I'm saying? So, but you always
banana pudding.
Or banana pudding, just like I just finished eating. But
you got a happy plate over there.
Yeah, exactly. But man, they got a taste of success.
Yeah.
So once you get a taste of success, man, you want to continue to do that. And then when you got guys that's rated high and that's getting recruited and this, that, and other, you have to put it all together, man, and you have to go out and win. So they got some very talented guys on both sides of the ball. But they got some talented guys on both sides of the ball, but you got to go and bring it all together. They got a new regime over there. Not really a new regime because you have a coach that came in that was a defense coordinator last year, and now he takes over the Rams. But I think they'll be fine. And what better way to start it off than tonight and to try to get you a victory? And I know they're in a tough battle and a dogfight right now, but now you got to get those 4-star recruits and those 3-star recruits to start doing something to kind of take over and look for a big play from London Smith or Savoy or the other guys that they're depending on and that's getting ready to go off to school.
Yeah, this team is ready to do some big things, man. Coach Foster, we had a chance to talk to him. He came up here and he said it's not just enough to get to the playoffs. We're ready to go and have some playoff success. Well, you can't have any playoff success if you don't take care of week one.
Right.
You got to start it off right where your feet are. Right now, University taking on a tough Keller Central team as well. Does that make a lot of a difference whenever you switch from maybe an offensive-minded coach to a defensive-minded coach as a head coach? I know there's still coordinators on both sides. You still got your position coaches. But when a head coach takes over and they go from a defensive or offensive coach to a defensive coach, does that usually make a lot of difference on this level?
If you think about it, a lot of times the defensive-minded coaches are the one to win. If you look at New England Patriots,
yeah,
that's a defensive guy.
Absolutely.
That was ahead of it. I mean, because you take on that mentality of the defensive coordinator, and so if they do that, I think they'll be a tougher team to deal with. But no, it doesn't really make a difference because you have the same old players, and everybody has a job to do. Whether you're the defense coordinator or you're the offense coordinator, everybody has a job to do. So you just have to go out and do your job, at the end of the day. But I think they'll be okay with their new coach coming over from the defense side of the ball. Like I say, you everybody else is in place. They just lost the head guy and moved. Everybody kind of stepped up. So I think they'll be okay.
Folks, we got a special night going on here in Waco, Texas, as we've got high school football littered everywhere. We have the Baylor Bears right now taking on a tough Auburn team, really right down the street from where we're at right now over at McLean Stadium, doing their thing. A lot of football in the city right now, and it gives you that good feeling, man, when you can get to those Friday nights. It starts to cool off a little bit. It's still hot right now, but as we get a little later on in the season, it'll start to cool a little bit. You'll get a chance to go and see some more of these games and catch some more of these games. A lot of good games going on right now. I'm going to give you some of the scores from the smaller schools. I gave you some of the bigger schools a second ago. Let's look at some of this six-man football that's going on right now. Like I said, Live Oak got a win yesterday over Conroe Covenant. Out there in Navasota, had to travel on the first game of the week, man, but they got the job done. Right now, Chester up big on Penelope, 38-0 going on that game in the first half still. Cranfield's Gap gets the win over Morgan, 20-12 in six-man. Mount Calm gets a victory, 52-6 over Greenville Christian. Three-Way gets a win over Avant, 52-6. Vanguard right now with the lead, 16-6 over Leakey as well. So those are some of the scores going on around the smaller games. This one is a game that I was really interested in and tuning into. In the first quarter right now, Mart is up 14-12 on Whitney. I think this is kind of a clash of two potential powerhouse teams. Mart, obviously a powerhouse team, been a powerhouse team for a long time. Just with today's game, they're playing their 1,250th game, which gives them the most games of all time in any Texas high school football program. So obviously you can't get that many games unless you're playing late into November and December every single year for years. That is the type of consistency that we're used to seeing out of this Mart Panthers team. They're taking on what is a really, really tough Whitney team. This Whitney team has been growing over the last few years, led by Coach Haynes, who is a former Super Centex guy and himself, a guy that had a lot of success over at McGregor. His dad, David Haynes Sr., he was a Super Centex guy that I believe went on to play at Oklahoma State in his career back in the 80s. So this is a football family that is at the helm of this. And now Coach Haynes' son, Kobe Haynes, is one of the most highly touted prospects in Central Texas. He's got offers from Baylor. He's got offers from multiple different schools and Power 4 schools throughout the country as well. They're in a battle right now. Mart up 14-12. This Mart team trying to get back into, like I told y'all, the success that they've had. Last year they went 9-3, and they considered that a down year. Most teams go 9-3, and that's the best year they might have had in maybe a decade or so. But for Mart, they consider that a down year because they didn't go far into the playoffs. They're taking on this Whitney team right now in a fight, 14-12 in that first quarter. Mart, I'm expecting them to get back. They graduated a lot of talent. A lot of their guys, their main guys have left, but they're bringing back some guys that are really good as well that are still going to be playing on this team. One of the notable guys, key players, Ahmad Scott, the running back, rushed for 11 touchdowns last year, almost 1,000 yards. And a transfer that they got in that was actually going to, I believe, Riesel, because his mom worked in Riesel, so he went to school there, but he's lived his whole life in Mart, is what he says. And that is Colton Cordova, who's a 6'7", 295-pound offensive lineman. Now, it's not too many 6'7", 300-pound dudes in high school, but definitely not playing at the 2A Division II level.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big difference maker when you playing on that lower level of ball. So that's a big difference maker. Size and speed are two things that's only given by God. So
and you can't change that. You can't change your size. You can't go from 6'1" to 6'7" if you wanted to. And most of the times, Wayne, you know better than everybody, you ain't changing that speed.
No.
I know the guys. You train a lot of kids here locally and all over the state. Do you make them get out there with the parachute and stuff so they can try to get some of your speed? I see guys, they do the parachute and they do the different things trying to work on their speed. But that's something, like you said, you ain't changing most of the time.
Walt got his speed from Miss Bell. That's what he got his speed from.
Well, not even Miss Bell, from the man above. That bless her. But no, those two things that's just God given, size and speed. You can work on speed all you want to, and you can cut it down a little bit. But if you have speed, you just have speed. If you have size, you just have size. So those are two God-given things. And then if you're talking about a 6'7" lineman in the 2A level or the 3A level, man, that's a big difference.
That's a big old – he's going to be standing above everybody out there.
You know, we was talking about those guys that's 5'9", 5'10", that's playing offensive line and defensive line.
That's where you
on
see
that
it.
level, you're really going to get some – you might get some 5'6", 5'8" guys out there pulling for you. But if you got a guy that's 6'7",
said he's 6'7", 295 pounds.
That's a difference maker.
Playing at Mart.
Hey, I interviewed Coach Tremaine Jackson from Prairie View A&M University. By the way, they have a big game tomorrow against Texas Southern. And he says, I don't necessarily want little dogs with a big heart. I want big dogs with a big heart.
Because it makes it a little bit easier on you as a coach. When you got some big dudes out there.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. Your size at that level of 2A school, 6'7" makes a difference.
That makes a huge difference.
290, that makes a big difference. We're running behind him all night.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Right now, it looks like Whitney just scored. They're up 18-14 now on the Mart Panthers. I'm expecting this Mart team to get right back into form, man. Like I said, they considered it a down year last year.
They just retool, man.
Yeah,
they just retool,
every year.
It's one of those traditional programs that, man, from Pampers on, man. You know what they doing from Pampers on?
That's rough.
They eat and sleep football. That's what they do in Mart. So they have a traditional, they have that community where it's expected of them to win and for them to compete for the state championship. So all they doing is retooling. So I'm not worried about Mart. They'll be back on the map in a year or so, if not this year. Because you just never know what you have in the upcoming class. So we'll see what happens as the season progresses.
Yeah, a lot of younger guys that they'll be playing. Chris Lancaster is the new head coach and athletic director up there right now. He's replacing Kevin Hoffman, who is a Hall of Famer. Hoffman, in his time at Mart, these are the stats that sometimes don't even look real. At Kevin Hoffman's time at Mart, after he's retired, his record was 130-16. That is how you go out there.
That's incredible.
And that is an incredible number.
You look at that winning percentage, man.
That's insane.
Yeah.
To be able, I don't care what level you coaching on, what level you playing on. You can't go 130-16 in Little League. So doing it in any form of high school is definitely hard. He led them to 3 straight titles from 2017 to 2019. Now Coach Chris Lancaster's got to jump in that spot, and he's got to be able to take over for the school. I expect him to be able to pick up right where they left off. I want to go to one of the other WISD schools. We just talked about the University Trojans. Now I want to get in Rocky's backyard now and talk about these Waco High Lions, man. The new look Waco High Lions. under the new leadership of Martinez, the new head coach there. They brought him in February 2025. Brings nearly 15 years of experience to his new head coaching job. Last year, Waco High went 2-8 overall, didn't win any games in the playoffs, but they're trying to turn things around. They get a new coaching staff in there, brand new coaching staff, I think almost from top to bottom within there. They've grabbed some guys from other schools. Coach Martinez, formerly coaching at Midway, where he was the interim coach after Coach Anderson was fired. He was the interim coach, turned that program around in the small sample size that he had and got them to the playoffs for the first time in a few years. Now he's back over. Now he's over here at Waco High. Brought some of his coaching staff over from the Midway Panthers as well. They've got some guys returning. Jalen Good on the defensive side of the ball led the team with over 120 tackles. Bryant Whitaker led the team in yards. He's back there on the team as well as a receiver. And Cade Bynum-Williams, a transfer from university who played receiver and quarterback. I believe he'll be playing quarterback this year for the Lions. He played receiver and quarterback last year for university until Savoy ended up taking over for him at that quarterback spot. Now he's transferred over to Waco High to finish out with them as well. Wayne, you're not a Waco High alum, but you're a Waco ISD alum.
I'm a Lion.
Yeah, you're a Lion.
I'm just some more Lions.
It transfers right over.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's kind of like, that's my school. That's my school. Mm-hmm. That's the school my brother went to. That's the school my boy went to. Yeah. So man, I was giving these guys old cleats back then. Especially my brothers. Yeah. But no, man, Waco High is one of those schools that's always had success. And then you start to see things kind of go downhill once Coach Tusa left. And they can't get no worse than what they are. All we can do is get back up. Yeah. And we have a proud tradition at Waco High, man, because it was so much winning in the 80s and the 90s and
the 2000s.
And the 2000s, yeah.
For sure.
And so they just have to get back. And I think they got the guy at the head of the helm now that can do that, that'll come back and teach discipline, and then you'll have kids that want to come over and play for them. You got a new school, you got a new coach. So now it's time to start a new tradition of winning.
Yeah, you know, one thing I can say is that I had a talk with Coach Martinez, and one thing he's a player's coach, but at the same time he's a disciplinarian. He understands what needs to be done in order to turn this program around. He's not overwhelmed with the task of turning Waco High around, and so that makes me feel really good as an alumni of the Waco High. He, in my opinion, he embraces the rich tradition that Waco High exists. And I'll tell you this: we had a conversation, and he's invited Coach T out to his off-season, to his workouts and stuff like that. And Coach T gave him the seal of approval of he's headed in the right direction. So I'm looking forward to big things from Waco High eventually. But I think this is a process, like you said, Walt.
It is.
This place. They are in a place where you couldn't be any lower than they were, and after Coach Heldridge, I can't think
Coach
of
Helt.
Coach Helt, I think he tried. I think he tried really hard to try to turn it around. For whatever reason, he couldn't get the buy-in from the players nor the community. I know one thing: Coach Martinez has buy-in from the players, and he has buy-in for the community. Right. That may take some time for him to actually get the players in there, get them developed, get them trained up, get them disciplined. It may be some work to that, but I believe in Coach Martinez, and I believe he can do it. As we're talking here, I check in on the score with 1:20 left. Waco High is behind 7-0 against Granbury. Again, who knows how this game will end up, but one thing I know, they have the energy and excitement from the community, and I look forward to seeing brighter days.
Well, and the thing about it is, that's where it all starts. That you have to fix the little things first, and then the big things will come. Mm-hmm. So it's been a lot of undiscipline at Waco High the last few years, and like you said, the last coach they had, he just didn't get a buy-in from the players. he didn't get anybody to transfer in to his school. He got all his players to transfer out.
Yeah.
Well,
their university doing a fabulous job.
Now the difference is now he got some guys that's coming over. Coach Martinez got some guys that's coming over that wants to play for him. That's a big difference, especially when you at Waco High and you take a job and then you're already not winning, and then your best players start going somewhere else. The kids from your feeder schools that's winning in the junior high, at the junior high level, once they get up and they get ready to go to Waco High, they want to go to university.
Yep.
You can't. You got to have guys that want to come and play for you, and I think they got the right guy in Coach Martinez to do that, to get guys that want to come and play for him. But you got like I say, you got to start with the little things and fix the little things first, and the bigger things will start to happen.
Does a brand new facility, in y'all's opinion, help with that?
Oh yeah, of course.
I think so
wants
as well.
A new car. Everybody wants a new car, man.
I think so as well.
You know?
I think them bringing in a new facility, new school,
new
state of the art weight room. I mean,
state-of-the-art,
it looks amazing in there. That is what they need to have this resurgence. It's got to be a collective effort. It can't be the coach on this page, the players on this page, the district staff on this page. Everybody's got to come together in order for that thing to work. And I think that's the track that they're on. Will they be able to get it all back in one season? I don't think so, but that's why they play all of the games, for them to be able to go out.
And my thing is, like you said, man, everybody wants that. You want to be in that position to where you can start something new and it all trickle over, because they've been down so long, man. It's like a lot of kids want to come in and be a part of the new tradition.
Yep.
They don't want the old tradition. They want to come in and create their own thing, and you want to be a part of that resurgence of now a new winning regime.
Yep.
So he'll start to get kids like that, man. Watch and see.
Yeah, I think they're on their way to doing some big things at Waco High, man. It's just going to be a process to it, just like it was with University. We're watching University now get to the point that they are. We just talked about 4 or 5 guys that are going to go D1 off this team. That's just the guys we know about. It's probably some freshmen, some sophomores that we don't know about yet that have a chance to go D1. Waco High can do the same thing. They just got to get back on that track and have the kids buy in to want to be part of that new wave, as you just said.
Yeah, and Jalen, you mentioned it. 5 years ago, University didn't win a game.
No, not at all. Not one game. Not one game.
So, well, here's the deal. Like I say, I applaud University in this job that Coach Foster and the previous coach has done over there. They've reinvigorated the program. They've turned them into a winner, no doubt about it. But what they're doing is a great job. But if Coach Martinez can turn in Waco High into a winner, then the city's going to come out. Because with all due respect, University is about South Waco. Waco High is about the entire city of Waco. And they're going to get the buy-in and support at a level that I just don't think University can, But in my opinion, I want both schools to be successful. I don't think it to be one or the other. I don't want both schools to be successful. And so I remember when Ladanian and Waco High was both formidable and Ladanian was formidable. So it can be done. It has been done here in the city where both teams are lights out. It's just a situation of we got to get our kids to understand what it means to be a Waco High Lion, what it means to work and put in the kind of work that is worthy of. Because like you mentioned it earlier, well, we used to win because of our off-season program. Like what we did during the season was icing on the cake. We did all the work in the offseason, all the weightlifting, all the running, all the hills, all that stuff we did. The game was just a culmination of all that hard work that we put in, and a lot of times we came out on the better end of the scoreboard because of that work we put in.
Yeah, but Rocky, you said it right. Like we worked hard for what we had. Now kids want to be given those opportunities, man. When I remember growing up, and man, these kids are kind of sensitive today. I remember coaches cuss you from the head to your toe, and you wouldn't say nothing. Now you got the kids going and telling their parents.
Yeah.
And I know it's a different, I know it's a different day and age. But I think a lot of old school traditions are what made us what we are and what made us work hard and what made Waco High successful, because you didn't have Coach T cussing on that level, but you had Coach Bishop. And he didn't cuss you, but he would jack you up.
He was going to get you right.
I mean.
No, we were in a program where the coaches did not use profanity. They respected us. But there was one standard, though, Walker. There was no, all the coaches had the same standard. You were going to work hard. You wasn't going to loaf. You wasn't going to drag. You weren't going to. Everybody was. You were going to give max effort all the time, and they went to extreme measures to get that max effort out of it. No doubt about it. And so, and to be honest with you, well, I don't know if some of these kids can stand up to those. We would do legs and then go out and run 6-200.
Run 6-200, yeah.
See, but y'all was ready. Y'all were ready to go for Friday, though.
Yeah, you ready. But that was an off-season program.
Yeah.
And we do it all in an hour.
Yeah, in an hour. I mean, it's just bang, 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 bang.
We would miss the bus. True story, Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
We would miss the bus because we couldn't physically move after we were no 6-200. We'd have to sit there because we were taxed. In that hour we were emotionally, physically spent, and we'd have to get ourselves together. Now Walker them didn't have to ride the bus. They could limp over the park side.
Yeah, they were right down the street.
I walked home, but the thing about it is, after them leg workouts and then running at 200, I'm riding the bus.
Yeah.
I'm riding the bus.
Said,
I don't even want to walk.
I ain't making that walk back to park.
Let me ask you this, Walker. And I'm gonna be also, to be honest with you, football was a priority.
It was. You wanted to play.
Yeah, there were guys who were great dual sport athletes, and Walker was one of them. But you was gonna do your football workout before you dribbled the basketball or swung a bat.
Yeah.
And at the time you were at,
sometime
sometime
on game day, Walker.
I remember having off-season workout, but I was playing baseball and I was running track at the same time. But one thing about it, the baseball, that's second tier.
Everything came second.
The track, that's second tier. Even though I was one of the fastest people in the
district regional champion.
Yeah, you still going to off season.
So they ain't give y'all no. Hey, meanwhile, after they got a break, man. If you was in another sport, you didn't have off season workouts. They were running. You went to off season and then went to practice after that.
But that was the expectation. Yeah. And that was the things you had.
It speaks to the success that y'all had at the time. And when you at Waco High, Rocky, if you talked about the kids not wanting to receive discipline or things like that, it's somebody behind you that might be better than you or just as good.
So that was always the unspoken truth about our program. You miss a day, that gives the guy behind you a chance, and he may do something to impress the coach. And there's a lot of guys that never recover from that moment. Walker, you don't have to mention nobody's name, but there was somebody in front of you.
Didn't last long, huh?
Exactly. It was a guy that was in the same grade as me. He played on varsity when I was a sophomore, right? And he played on varsity football, and he was a starter. And the next year, I went in and I took his position. And he was a starter, and he was a sophomore just like I was. I won't mention no names or anything like that, but
what I'm saying, that's how competitive. Competitive it was. Is that was the unspoken truth? Is that there was a guy behind you that was hungry.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I know competition is, but I think championship programs have that level of competition throughout for every position.
Yeah, and that's everywhere, because you look at China Spring, we have some great football in Central Texas.
Absolutely.
You think about China Springs, man, that's one. You think about Moore, you think about Bremont, you think about Marlin that's been in the playoffs the last few years.
Yep.
I mean, you think about all of these programs, man, that's been successful. You think about Robinson even has been on there. You think about Midway. All these programs are kind of the same in that same kind of realm where they've traditionally been great. So, I mean, we just got some good football in Central Texas.
Yeah, I want to get back to a couple of these games too. Like as you're talking about some of the good football we got in Central Texas. At 7:30, they kicked off China Spring at Franklin. This was one of my games of the week for this upcoming week. Franklin ranked number 2 in 3A Division I. They're poised to get right back to state, y'all. This is a team that has gotten to state. In the last 5 years, they went to state twice. They've won twice at state. I've been to state 3 times and won it twice while they were out there. Another new head coach. There's a lot of new head coaches in the Central Texas area. Ruben Torres takes over as the coach as he is replacing Mark Fannin. Under Fannin, they went to 4 straight title game appearances, winning 2 of them. So this is the standard at Franklin. And now China Spring, another great program with another new head coach, Coach Tyler Betty over at China Spring right now, trying to rebound. Last year they went 2-8, which we know is not the standard over at China Spring. As we see a live look in there with that Franklin and that China Spring. We know that's not the standard at China Spring. These guys always rebound. They always come back. But they do have a very young team. Right now, they're starting a young sophomore quarterback that's playing on varsity for his first time in Jackson Knapp. He'll be out there. Krishan Gregory will be their bell cow running back for the China Spring Cougars. But we know what the tradition is under the bells with China Spring. We've seen multiple bells as the head coach throughout the last 20 years take over there at China Spring. Rocky, you were closely connected to the China Spring program for some years, man.
Both my sons played at China Spring. Great program over there. Was very similar in the way that they worked over there, even though to Waco High, but Coach Bell chose to do it through the air. And Coach Tusa was very much a on the ground.
Pounding ground.
Yeah.
For
He
sure.
said, Coach T believed in that 34 belly, and he said you couldn't stop it by accident. You had to mean to stop it, or it was going to roll. It was going to steamroll you. And Coach Bell used the passing game that same way. He torched some guys in the passing game over the years, and you had to know how to defend the passing game in order to stop it. But great program, and it looks like Baby Bell, Brian Bell, took over for him and was able to get that elusive state title. And kept it in the Bell family, brought it home, and then the assistant coach, who was later promoted to head coach. Didn't he go there and get one? With one.
Followed up with the state title.
Followed up with a state title, and last year they kind of. After 2 runs like that, your cupboard kind of empties out when those kids graduate and go off to college. And then I think they had what you would consider a down year. But they'll, believe me, they're going to snap right back, and they're going to be back on top. They're going to get a quarterback, running back in there, and before you know it, they're going to be winning again. If not, all of that, their cupboard may be already replenished.
Because they got a lot of young guys. We don't know what these guys can do. And right now they're up 14-7 on the Franklin team that's top ranked in the state.
Yeah. One thing about China Springs, you're gonna get, like you say, it's traditional team that's won a couple of state championships. That's been in that same district with La Vega and went head to head with La Vega.
Absolutely.
So you know what they're gonna bring. And all they do is recoup and retool, because they have one of those programs, man, that the kids expect to win. When you have kids that come through your programs that expect to win, you're going to get some hard work out of them, because you can push those guys, because those are the expectations. We come in here to win. So it won't be hard. They just retool. They got great programs at the junior high level, at their youth association levels. So these kids grow up learning how to play football, and then when you get them in your program and get them to doing the things that you do at China Springs in the high school, then it just translates, and it's all about winning at that point. So,
and China Spring has kind of a unique advantage, I think, in they probably have one of the more, I want to say isolated, but the school is a little bit further away. La Vega's right next to Conley. Waco High is right down the street from 2 or 3 other schools. China Spring is kind of off a little bit, so they get to really hone in on all of that talent over there. They've got a great traditional program. When you walk in, you're going to see state titles in multiple sports, so that's encouraging for the young guys that they have coming up. And I don't expect them to stay down for long at all, man. You can't keep that China Spring
some community
team
pride,
down.
man. Some community
most
pride.
Definitely.
And Rocky was a part of that.
Yes, sir.
There's some community pride with them, man.
Now I got to see a very interesting matchup here on while I'm watching the ticker here.
Yes, sir.
When did Conley start playing academy?
It's Little River Academy, I think.
That's what I'm saying. That's the one over by Temple, right? Yeah, that's the old academy.
So.
Yeah,
I think so. They play them. They played them the last 2 years.
Yeah, they were looking for a Huckleberry on that one. Then, wasn't they?
Academy is growing. Academy ain't
No, they ain't no slouch. It was a good game last year when they played. They ain't no slouch.
Okay.
Maybe they got some NIL too, Rock. They might be recruiting some guys to come to Little River.
It's just like everybody.
Everybody don't want to go to Temple High.
Okay, all right. That was just a weird matchup. I'm watching some other matchups. We hadn't got an update on the Waco High score. Still listed at 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
It shows late in the second on mine. So
it's still 7-0.
Still 7-0.
Oh man, that vaunted Waco High defense
it's kicking in, ain't
it? The score was 3-0 last year, right? Was it?
Yeah,
that was the final score, right?
It was. Yeah, they played Granbury last year and beat them. Waco High beat them. Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, man.
Granbury didn't win a game last year. I think they won one game last year.
They won one game.
And Waco High won 2. So they both trying to sneak in their early season win before they get in the district for both sides. With them as well.
We got this is a special night.
Mm-hmm.
We got a local college team playing, and of course, America's team is playing tonight too. That Colorado Buffalo.
So now that's America's team. They done traded Micah, and now they got a new name. But look, we about to tee them up over there with Colorado and Baylor. We're about to go to a quick break, but when we come back though, we got to talk about Baylor. Trying to throw my parlay in the trash to start the weekend off, and Coach Prime and the Buffs out in a dogfight right now, what it looks like in Boulder, Colorado. But let's go to a quick break. Folks, stay tuned. Stay locked in with us right here on Friday Night Flex. We're going to be right back after this short break.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, the men and women, starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win. Yes, sir. Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit here and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going on. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, I'm never turning around. Life is young.
Going back into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now to the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the CD with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
Look back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Going back, can't get to it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the kids coming home to scores Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one here in right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades.
Big box prices draining your wallet? Not at RJ's Bargain Center. We've got the same new appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, ovens, at a fraction of the cost. Every week, new specials hit the floor, but hurry, they don't last long. And when you find your deal, we'll handle the delivery and installation. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network supporter located at 711 Lynn Street in Waco, the smart choice for your home. To check out our deals, call us at 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center. Come see why Waco shops with us.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, founder and CEO of Lighthouse Streaming. Over the last 4 years, we've had some tremendous successes, none of which could have been accomplished without you, our clients, and our viewers. From my family and the staff of Lighthouse Streaming, thank you.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation.
Big box prices draining your wallet? Not at RJ's Bargain Center. We've got the same new appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, ovens, at a fraction of the cost. Every week, new specials hit the floor, but hurry, they don't last long. And when you find your deal, we'll handle the delivery and installation. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network supporter located at 711 Lynn Street in Waco, the smart choice for your home. To check out our deals, call us at 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center. Come see why Waco shops with us.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
Ball over 3 times.
Hello and welcome back in to Friday Night Flex here on Centex Sports Network. Hope everybody is doing great out there. We've had a lot of fun up here so far. As we are getting nearer to halftime of a lot of these games, I want to take a quick look over at one of the games we just got done talking about, this University Trojans squad. And I want to get somebody alive looking for somebody that's out there at the game. Mr. Nichols, could you give us a little update on what's going on out there with University and Keller Central playing right now?
Yes, well, the score right now, I can tell you the score is Keller 29, University 14, a minute, 6 seconds. Defensive-wise, we not making really tackles. We had an offside kick, they recovered. It's just we look kind of flat right now. quarterback running for his life. Defense just got to pull it together.
Yeah.
The second half, we'll get the ball.
Yeah, so second half, you guys will start off with the ball. What are some of those things you think University is going to have to do to get this thing going, turned around right now, trailing against a pretty good Keller Central team?
Well, it's going to start for the offense. It's going to start up front. You got to start up front. Defensive line, they got to get more focused tight on that. They running backs running right up the middle over our two techniques, and it just needs to tighten up. Secondary definitely need to tighten up too.
In that vaunted secondary known as the no-fly zone?
Yes, there's a no-fly zone, but I always say it's like this. That's paper. That's paper. I'm sorry. Action is different when you put it in action. Yes.
Yeah.
We had a turnover. Savoy, he had an interception run. Every play he's running for his life right now.
Okay, so Les, this is Wayne Walker. What's up? What's up, dude? So
Hey,
are
how
they
you
controlling both lines of the scrimmage? The interior?
I would say Keller, yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that makes a big difference when you can't control the line of scrimmage. That means the quarterback is going to be scrambling for his life. And then on the defensive side of that, that means you're going to be on the field a long time and they're going to be controlling the ball.
And that's exactly what's been going on this first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's look. We're gonna check back in with you, man. It's getting close to y'all going into halftime. We're gonna try to check back in with you a little bit later, see if we can get another update on what's going on out there in Keller.
Okay, right now it's 26 seconds left, 29 to 14. Yeah, we got on the 39-yard line trying to drive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Les. We're gonna check back in with you and see what's going on with the
Yes,
youth.
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too.
All right,
Appreciate it. That was Les, who's the father of the quarterback, Savoy Nichols. Y'all just saw both of them up here yesterday. Right now, the U getting a good dose of some Keller Central right now. As he said, it's 29 to 14 out there in Keller. The university right now trailing, trying to get back into it. He said a lot of it looks like the line of scrimmage being controlled by Keller. And we all know, as you all just spoke to, that's going to control the game.
Yeah. That's the trenches is where it's all won and lost at. I mean, you can look at the skill positions all you want to, but if you can't block up front, the quarterback can't get the ball off to the receivers. If you can't run the ball and you can't control the line of scrimmage, then you become one-dimensional. And that team that wins that game in the trenches is usually the team that's going to win the ball game, and that's on the defense and the offensive side. Because if that offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage, you can set back and you can pass, and you're able to run the ball. So that means you control the narrative of that ball game because you're able to do whatever you want to do.
You know, Walker, as we talk about this, as I'm peeking over here at Colorado and also Baylor play. That's the story of both of those games.
Yeah.
The line of scrimmage is being controlled
I was just about to say, yeah.
Georgia Tech and Auburn.
Well, you have to have balance. You have to have balance on offense, especially when you get into collegiate level. Because if you become one-dimensional, you can always be shut down.
As Baylor
attempts that's on any level. That's on any level. That's on the Pop Warner level. If you must know.
Oh, that's all they got to do right there. Yeah. That was easy.
Rocky's over here watching some of the Baylor game as Baylor just struck back. Kobe Prentice, the transfer from Alabama, just got a touchdown on 4th and 6. Something that was huge. But Wayne, you were just talking about Auburn's been dominating that line of scrimmage, and that's why the score is what it's been for the Baylor Auburn
right here,
game.
Walker. What is the quarterback seeing here?
Just Allen up, just a good rep. That safety set, and it's over with.
Looks like
he was protecting the sticks.
Yeah. Look like kind of a little bit of cover 3 right there. One single high safety.
Let me
two guys
ask you this,
deep.
Walker. What makes him think they're gonna throw at the sticks?
Because it's fourth, I guess.
That's just poor technique.
Yeah.
Because if you winning 17-3, you know that the only way they can get back into the ball game is to throw the ball. So your first priority is to think deep. Always.
Especially at safety.
Yeah. Nothing behind me. Nothing behind me. But these guys want to come up and they want to hit, and then that's a problem.
Well, I was just looking at this, and it almost seemed like we did. Maybe it's just because we're watching them both at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like defensively, Georgia Tech, I'll just use Colorado for instance. Georgia Tech defense was so compact that they were controlling the line of scrimmage, but they've been gashed by a deep pass by Colorado too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have to throw the ball deep in order to back the defense up? Or because it looks like that was the same problem with Baylor as well. Like the defense is so compact.
Yeah, because they hadn't been getting time to throw the ball. So now the defense becomes stagnant. And when I say stagnant, they just settling their feet because they know they hadn't been able to throw.
They've been haven't had to pass
but once you get that time, then it kind of helps Baylor in a way, because now these guys know now they're going to start getting back. They're going to start getting back, and so now you'll start getting some of those underneath routes that you really want to get. But they hadn't been able to get anything because they hadn't been able to block the guys up. But now that you block them up a couple of times and you see if you protect, you can be successful. So
they caught them in the 3rd and 9, probably in a loose kind of defense. They thought they were going to throw underneath to try to get
the 9 yards.
Yeah.
And look what the risk you
caught
take.
him up the seam.
You seen the defensive back sell his feet and get burnt. Like, that's what happens. So we'll see. But you as an offense, that's a momentum changer for you as an offense. So now you can kind of do where you start getting some of those underneath routes, because now those guys are going to start getting back.
On the Colorado side of it, right now it looks like they just haven't been able to take advantage of their opportunities. They've turned the ball over. Georgia Tech came out, they've thrown a pick. They fumbled the ball a couple of times. That's 3 turnovers, and we're seeing Colorado trail right now.
Well,
you see Coach Prime walking around a little angry, trying to get his team.
But I think Colorado is playing a little too conservative. Like they're throwing swing passes and running the football, thinking they're going to get out of here with a victory. And I think they have to, again, Walker, you mentioned you very impressed with the attributes of Caden Salter so far. And maybe the solution here is to kind of stretch the field a little bit.
But you still have to have balance. You have to have balance. You have to be able to run the ball and do some other things. You have to keep the defense honest. The kid has a whip. I mean, I'm very impressed with his arm. But as far as you have to, when you have a young quarterback, you have to be able to do some other things to take that pressure off of him and not just rely solely on his arm, Rocky.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're doing, right? Trying to give him a balanced attack. Caden Salter's got 48 yards, 6 for 10, and a touchdown. Michael Welch right now got 24 yards, but not getting enough time. Salters has already got 6 carries for 24 yards, so that's letting you know he's having to get out of the pocket quickly and having to try to make some things happen. Yeah. On the Baylor side, Jackson Arnold showing the dual threat ability, the athleticism. He had a 20-yard run up there as they're getting ready to go back out there as well. So we got a lot going on here. Friday Night Football on the collegiate side, on the high school side. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to give you guys some updates real quick as we're in the halftime part of the show, pretty much as majority of the teams are either in halftime or getting near towards halftime. So I want to give you guys an update on the score. Going into the locker room, it remained 29-14 for University versus Gillis Central. Gillis Central right now with the lead over the U-Dogs. As we just checked in with them a little bit later, we're going to get a check-in from the Conley game as they're in a fight right now, 13-14 with Academy up against the Conley Cadets. Little River Academy, Rock, they putting some things together out there as they getting the best of getting the best of Conley. Granbury up 14-0 on Waco High right now at halftime. Lake Belton taking on A&M Consolidated. We know A&M Consolidated is a great school every year on their football program. They're up 27-10 over Lake Belton. Pflugerville Hendrickson taking on Belton. They're up 7-0 at the end of the first. China Spring and Franklin nearing towards halftime. They're in a battle, tied at 21 apiece, going back and forth between these two powerhouse teams. Gatesville, a team we haven't got a chance to talk about yet, but we will a little bit later. They're up 21-0 on Taylor. La Vega up 14-3 on Kennedale. Lorena playing the number 5 team in TAPS in Austin Regents. They're tied 14-14 right now. Robinson, another team we're going to touch on in a little bit, up 21-7 against West. Hillsborough and McGregor. McGregor's got a 7-6 lead. Rogers with a 14-7 lead over Grovesbeck. Fairfield getting the best of Maypearl right now, up 16-0 on Maypearl. LaGrange and Cameron Yo. LaGrange up 20-0 on the Yeomen right now. Salado and Troy, kind of another Central Texas battle right there, right down 35. Salado up 17-14. Clifton up 20-0 at halftime on Riesel. Axtell and Milano. Axtell's got a 35-0 lead in that one. So those are some of the scores going around. And as well, Crawford up 13-0 on Anderson Shiro as well. And Marlin and Lexington, a top-ranked matchup. Lexington number 4, I believe, in 2A Division II. Marlin number 7 in 2A Division 1. They're tied at 14 apiece right now as well. So a lot of great games going on in this Central Texas area, folks. His University squad, we just talked about them, right now struggling against the Keller Central team. Robinson up on West. That is a really good game I wanted to check in on too. West is kind of they're a middle of the pack team as of right now. They went 5-5 last year. Believe went 6-4 the year before that. Robinson though, on the other side of that, Robinson is on their way up. Last year they were ranked top 10 in the state for a majority of their time. They're under new leadership as well in that Robinson program. But they've got a couple of studs in their backfield, one starting with Bryce McCurdy, their quarterback who got his chance as a sophomore last year and really shined through for over 2,000 yards and 17 touchdowns. He's been getting a lot of looks over the summer. We talked about some of the guys rising up. He's got offers already from Texas Tech, SMU, TCU, and Ole Miss, recruiting him as an athlete. And then Evan Marino was one of the top rushers in Central Texas at the running back spot for Robinson. Rushed for almost 1,800 yards last year, 21 touchdowns as well. Coach Kevin Brown was named the head coach back in March of 2025. He's been a part of multiple collegiate staffs, UTSA, at Lamar, at Texas State. Began coaching at his alma mater at TCU, where he went as a player. Another guy that was a former Super Centex player when he was at Midway. I believe he had over 1,700 yards, about 700 yards his senior year going out there as well. So this Robinson team is another team that's on the rise. Bryce McCurdy and Evan Marino are two of my favorite players in the Central Texas area. Wayne, what do you think about Robinson right now? They're up 21-7 on West, but just their resurgence and getting back to being a really good football program over the last couple of years.
Well, you seen it coming last year. They were very successful last year. I thought they were very good as a football team. And then to have the leading rusher in Central Texas come back and Moreno, I mean, that says a lot. You rely on him. You rely on him and his legs to get the job done. So I'm curious to know how many yards he has at this point. And what he's done to secure this 21-7 lead. I'm just thinking that's the guy I'm leaning on.
Yeah,
I mean, kind of short, stout guy. That little thick guy that you can get 20 carries out of in a game. So that's where I'm at with Robinson. I think it all relies on him, and I think they're going to put everything on his back. So, and if you can have just a little reliable defense that can get you some 3-and-outs and keep teams off the board, I just think you hand the ball over to that guy.
Yeah, him and McCurdy have proven to be a dangerous duo in that backfield. McCurdy, like I said, getting a lot of look as an athlete, but he's played pretty good at quarterback, throwing for over 2,000 yards. Got put in halfway through the season, and you still throw for over 2,000 yards, man. And now, as an athlete, getting recruited by, top-notch schools. We're talking Tech, SMU, Ole Miss, top-notch guys.
And even with him, you had that two-headed monster. You had that quarterback that can hand it and then pull it out, and he can go, or the running back can go, which makes for a terrible, dangerous mix.
Yeah, those two guys I think are going to do a lot of big things for Robinson. That District 12 and 4A, I've said it before, is probably one of the best districts in the state of Texas. When you talk about Robinson, China Spring, Conley, La Vega, all in the same Gatesville, who's on the tear right now, all in the same district. Man, that District 12 is going to be a monster this year, especially as they get towards the end of the year when they all start playing each other and have to beat up on each other as well. I think they're going to be a really formidable opponent as well. Right now, Waco High trailing 14-0 at halftime against the Granbury team. Still trying to put it together. We just talked about Coach Martinez. This is his first year with those guys. Going to try to check in and see who's doing what so far as stats-wise in that game, but still haven't been able to put it just together just yet. Now, it is week 1, so we got to give these guys time to be able to gel. This is probably a new system. I think they've brought in almost a completely new coaching staff from the previous year as well. So that's going to be a challenge for them in trying to get over the hump, playing a Granbury team that I think they'll be able to come back on if they put the right pieces together in that second half as well. So we're here in halftime, folks. A lot of teams nearing towards their halftime are already in their halftime as well. We're going to check in with somebody from Conley in just a little bit. Right now, they're trailing against Little River Academy 14-13. Conley is another one of these schools that they put out talent each and every single year. We've talked about the great talent they put out over the last few years. Half of those guys are at Texas right now. But Coach Terry Garrick, in his 5th season, he's got a 26-19 record. Last year, these guys went 5-6 overall and finished in 3rd place in their district. They're bringing back a lot of talent as well. Jamarian Vincent is the highest-rated player in Waco, coming back as an athlete. He's committed to Baylor, one of the top corners in the state, but he plays everything at Conley. You won't just see him at corner. You'll see him at quarterback. You'll see him at receiver. You'll see him a little bit everywhere. Rushed for 1,100 yards last year and had 21 total touchdowns. With him in the backfield, another guy that really made some noise last year in Braden Ford, who rushed for 1,000 yards, had 12 touchdowns as well. This Conley team is always a team that has a lot of talent, but haven't been able to put it together as far as playoff success over the last few years. Coach Garrett trying to make that new breakthrough. Rocky, you called a couple of these Conley games with me over the last couple of years. This is a team that always has some talent, but they have to be able to put it together fully to be able to get to that next level into the season.
To me, their Achilles heel has always been in those critical situations. Could they execute? Mm-hmm. And they've been hit and miss in that area.
Yeah.
They have again. You can look at the guys who went on to play college football at the likes of University of Texas, Oklahoma State, things like that. Mm-hmm. They're not void of talent at all. So, it's just a matter of them being able to execute in those very critical situations. I talked to you guys earlier and mentioned that it seemed to be a strange matchup, Little River Academy against Conley. Mm-hmm. It seemed like they're having a tussle over there.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Little River Academy ain't been a joke. They played some good ball the last 4 or 5. They're an up and coming program, man.
So it looks like we get
Academy Bees, man.
The score update now with Conley and Little River Academy as they're about to go into halftime. So Conley did start putting it together. They're up 27-16 right now on Little River. So trying to create that gap, Rocky. They're giving you a little bit of
yeah. Like I say,
trying to get that gap.
I mean, Little River Academy, man. They're one of them. If I remember, Walker, when we used to go out there and call games, they're just a one-horse town out there. Just
used to be.
Okay.
Used to be.
They grown. These suburbs done grown up a little bit now. Everybody's reaching out. And they got a few high schools out there in that area. So no, they're definitely getting tested right now. But Conley looks like they're fighting back.
So they got them stoplight out there.
Yeah, they got this stoplight.
We do have people from Academy listening.
Yeah, right. Well,
don't you offend none of these people, man.
I just hadn't happened to be. That's again, like you guys know, that's a weird matchup.
Yeah. They played the last couple of years, but I thought the same.
Obviously, if they're 3A, and so
exactly.
But another score that I'm interested in is there's a tussle over at WISD Stadium, and it looks like Waco High is on the short end of it at half, 14-0.
Yeah.
And again, another update. University, Mr. Nichols called in earlier and gave us a update on that game. Keller Central, that's pretty nowadays that's a pretty good trip. But, it's a 2-hour plus ride up.
Yeah, Keller's
in the DFW, Fort Worth, north of Fort Worth, and they're having that game, and then you looks like China Spring and Franklin are in a barn burner.
Yes.
In the first half, looks like nobody's playing defense. It's 21-21.
yeah. They letting it go right now, and it started off like that last year in that game, and Franklin ended up pulling off at the end. But like I said, you can't count that China Spring team out for too long.
Salado and Troy are having an I-35 a clash on I-35, and Salado's leading 24-14. Clifton and Riesel, two schools on the opposite ends of town, are 20 to, Clifton's up 20-0. Hamilton and Millsap. I know where Hamilton is. Probably don't need to know where Millsap is.
I don't know where Hamilton is. I was going to let you.
Yeah, you don't need to know where Hamilton is. There's no reason for you to go out there.
West of Gatesfield.
Yeah.
See, Wayne might have been out there. He's on ref a couple games, man. He might have been to these couple of these little spots.
Don't assign me out there.
Me neither. But I know where it is.
Yeah. I drove through it.
That's all you want to do.
It took you 5 minutes, and you drove right through it.
Shout out to the Coffee Cup Cafe out there, man.
Yeah, that's Heiko, man. That's Heiko.
Yeah. It might as well be, but no. But
I ain't bring them up on
that's
purpose.
That's on the way, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
If you go,
let's get the map out, man.
If you go south about 20 miles, then you right there.
So, okay.
Kind of related.
Yeah.
They could have them
a cafe out there.
A cafe, yeah.
We played a game. My freshman year in high school, we played a game out there in Heiko, and our coach told us we can't stop and eat here. I said, I ain't know nothing about it. And then as soon as you get past that little downtown, you see the Coffee Cup Cafe. I said, well, that's a weird way to spell cafe and cup. But okay.
yeah, exactly. And I remember when I used to go out to West Texas Tech, and I used to go out there, and you had to go up to Eastland, then make that left off the highway to get to Lubbock. And one of the first things that was always told to me is, don't you ever go through Heiko after dark. After dark, so... Yeah, so I never went through Heiko after dark. If I'm going through there, I'm going through there at noon.
That's a peculiar...
You're going to time it up.
The whole sun is up. Everybody can see everything.
Yeah.
No, definitely. As
black as I am, they're going to be able to see me. I'm just saying.
LaGrange and Cameron... LaGrange and Cameron are in and LaGrange is up 20-0. Cameron is just the most peculiar program.
The Yeoman. Been out there a few times.
Because the reason why I say that is they can go a couple years, 1-5, 1-9, 2-2,
back and win state
4 years in a row. Like I don't know, what the heck is going on? They've done that in the past.
Yeah, a lot. We've been out there. We've done a couple of Conley games out there when we used to travel with them.
And they used to. That was some good matchups between Conley and Cameron.
That used to be every game went down to the last second. Seen some really, really good games out there. Seen some of the biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life, and crickets as well. When them lights cut on out there, everything in Cameron come out and comes to the game to watch too. Crickets, everything. I'm getting hit in the neck.
The whole town,
man. And we was setting up on the track. I'm getting hit in the neck by bugs and stuff. It was all type. But the Yeomen, like you said, they'll go 2-8 1 year, and then they'll go 10-0 for 4 years in a row or something like that. And they got all their state championships up everywhere whenever you get out there to the Yeoman Stadium. Track championship, baseball, football. As soon as you walk in, you see they got plaques everywhere for them, man. So shout out to the Yeoman, even though right now it looks like LaGrange most definitely getting the best of them. Marlin and Lexington, like I said, one of the few ranked matchups we have to start off this season. They're in a dogfight right now. Lexington up 21-14 on Marlin. Lexington ranked the number 4 team, I believe, in 2A Division II. Marlin ranked the number 7 team in 2A Division I. So both of these teams going back and forth with each other as of right now. Lexington has a lead up on them. We just talked about a couple of those stoplight towns. Chilton and Hearn in the battle right now, 16-0. I don't know if y'all got any Chilton or Hearn stories, Rocky, passing through there. I know I passed going down, not as much Chilton, but going to Hearn, going to Houston all the time. We always had to pass through Hearn and stuff like that, man. And I remember we stopped at a Sonic one time that's right there next to the railroad, and the whole town came out to watch the train was passing. I didn't know if it was a special train or something or what was going on, but all of a sudden the crowd of people came out and they all started watching the train go, and I was like, man, it must not be a lot to do if they watching the train go by.
Burn, get ready to burn.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying, man. But no, go Chilton. Chilton, one of those teams, man, that got a good friend over there. Kid I used to Trey Brooks, his offense coordinator over there, man. Y'all go do your thing, Trey, and the Chilton Pirates.
Yeah, they've been doing their thing, especially the last couple of years. I think they're a team that's going to be ranked here pretty soon. Gatesville right now up big playing against Taylor. Gatesville is another one of those, I don't want to say sleeper teams, but kind of one of my sleeper teams in that District 12, once again, that we just got done talking about. Last year, they had a really good year. They lost some guys. Mainly, they lost their running back in Smith, Rashad Smith, who was a monster. We got to see him in person last year. When you got a 6'1", 6'2" running back in high school, you're doing something. And he rushed for 2,000 yards for him last year. They're losing him, but they're bringing back a lot of guys. Amos Phillips coming back as well. Their quarterback and Keaton, he'll be back for them as well. Jose Aguirre, was promoted from defensive coordinator to their head coach. So a lot of new head coaches in the Central Texas area, a lot of first-time head coaches coming out here in the Central Texas area. Gatesville, another one of those teams that I believe, like I said, is a sleeper team. They got a new coach, but looks like they're picking right back up where they left off, as they're up right now pretty big on Taylor. So Gatesville taking care of business at home, as looks like they're just getting into halftime as well. Lorena tied up with Austin Regents. Like I said, Austin Regents is a TAP school, one of the private schools, but I believe they're ranked number 5 in TAPs as well. So as they take on this Lorena squad, Lorena, a team that's looking to get back to championship expectation. They were able to win a championship a few years ago when they had a guy that's out there right now playing for Baylor and Jaden Porter at receiver. They made it all the way to state. Now they're looking to rebound, looking to get back into their winning ways as they're in a battle, taking on a really tough Austin Region school. It's a lot of talent, I'll tell you guys, in this Central Texas area. Coach Kevin Johnson is now in his 3rd season at Lorena. Last year, as I said, a down year as they went 2-8. But this year, they got their quarterback coming back in Jackson Blakent. He rushed for 15 touchdowns last year as well. So they'll be looking to rebound and get back to where they're going. I view Lorena, Robinson, as some of those schools that they can have a down year, but after a couple of years, they're going to get right back to where we're used to seeing them at and what the level we're used to seeing them play at as well. So it's a lot of good games going on, folks. We're going to go into a quick break, everybody. When we come back, we're going to give you guys some more updates. We're going to get an update from what's going on out there at Conley as well. And we're going to talk a little bit about previews for some of these games for tomorrow. I know everybody's excited for tomorrow, just like I am. College football week 1 it's obviously started here tonight, but some huge games coming on tomorrow, starting in the morning with Texas and Ohio State. So we'll get some coverage on that. And I still haven't got a chance to ask Rocky about Micah Parsons yet. So we're going to touch on that a little bit too when we come back, man. We're going to
I'm getting up when you do that.
Yeah, you didn't want to be a part of that.
His arms might flare.
We're going to take a break here on Friday Night Flex, folks. Stay tuned and stay locked in with us. We're going to be right back after this short break.
Big box prices draining your wallet? Not at RJ's Bargain Center. We've got the same new appliances, refrigerators, washers, dryers, ovens, at a fraction of the cost. Every week, new specials hit the floor, but hurry, they don't last long. And when you find your deal, we'll handle the delivery and installation. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network supporter located at 711 Lynn Street in Waco, the smart choice for your home. To check out our deals, call us at 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center. Come see why Waco shops with us.
These men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family is the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win. Yes, sir. Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going on now. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. That is your
Fielder going back to hit to it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Now the Gillis coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. The Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I make they nut like a guillotine. Woo, Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa, I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the city with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the beat is bananas, it's only right that I go ape on it. Yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with an A, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah, we be skipping over all of your versions just like the city with a playwright, yeah, going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis.
What's going on? Welcome back into to Friday Night Flex here on Centex Sports Network as we're checking in on a lot of these halftime scores here in the Central Texas area. One of them that we were checking in, Conley, able to come back a little bit against Little River Academy as they're getting close to halftime out there. We've got somebody calling in with us, a friend of the show here with us, Mr. Cyrus Evans. Cyrus, tell us a little bit about what's going on out there.
And, Little River is pretty – they've got an amazing – like, he is a – dude is just coming up our line. Now, Conley, we good. Defense is very strong. Jamarion Vincent is the commit up with about a 6 touchdown. Opened up with a 50-yard touchdown pass. Both of them new quarterback Kaufman. And on the third, C.J. Evans steps, hits the receiver. Jamarion Vincent makes him fumble, picks up the ball, and then he goes in for a touchdown. This is holding up very well. Right now, probably about 3 or 4 that are injuries right now. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Conley started to get it together. It was a closer game in that first quarter as we were checking up on the score, and I see Conley started to create a little bit of separation out there. I heard you mention some of the guys out there, your son CJ and Jamarion Vincent out there playing well as well. And we just got done talking about a lot of the talent that this Conley team has. Right now, what has been the difference in the game right now, if you could say, that's putting Conley ahead?
Well, I think the difference, got to mention Braden Ford with about a 50-yard, about a 50, 30 run. But I think the bigger I can see this year versus years the new offensive coordinator. We opened up 3 passing plays seen done since I'm here at Conley. We are definitely passing. So also for the record, we have more passes than running, the new norm for us.
Yeah. Usually Conley a pretty run-heavy first team as they try to attack different teams, but if they can open up that passing game, I mean, we've you've watched a lot of Conley games like I have myself. If they open up that passing game, that could unlock something new for the Conley Cadets and really give them a chance to be able to make some noise in this super tough District 12 play that they've been in so far. What do you expect? What does Conley need to do to be able to close this game out in the second half against Little River Academy?
Well, I think what I'm saying now is halftime. Little River is starting to show that they don't have a lot of depth with the A team, so I can see some wear and tear. We're just continuing to ground and pound, and we're really game plan, and that's what I think will to drive up the score on our end.
Well, it sounds like y'all are doing the thing so far, Cyrus. We want to be able to check back in with you, man, a little bit later, if that's cool with you, to give us a little update about Conley closing this game out against Little River.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate it, Cyrus. We'll reach back out.
Opportunity. No problem.
Yes, sir. No problem. So that was Cyrus Evans, the son of one of their star players over there at Conley, C.J. Evans. And he said, Conley looks like they're passing the ball a little bit better, being able to stretch the field a little bit better. We've been able to see some Conley games over the last few years. Haven't been a lot of passing going on out there. Seeing if they can open up the passing game. We know they have the athletes. I just talked about Vincent, who I said the highest rated player in Waco right now. If they can get him the ball in space, this Conley team can look like a completely different team going out there to compete.
Yeah, you have to rely on your bell cows, man. The guys that if you got a 4-star and this guy's the highest recruited guy in the whole city, you got to rely on him. You got to let him ball, man. You just got to give him ball in space or try to find ways to make him successful as a playmaker. So that's what you have to do. So, but they throwing the ball around, huh? They say they open up the game with 3 straight pass plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's a difference.
That's brand new for myself, Coach Garrick. I know that's brand new for him. Because we've been watching him his entire tenure up there as the head coach for the Conley Cadets, man. So I'm excited for that Conley team. I think they're going to pull this one out and end up closing this game off. We were just talking about a couple of these college games that are going on tonight, so we're in halftime and talking about what the teams need to do. In you guys' opinion, what does Baylor have to do to come out with a win here coming out in the second half? They're down 17-10 right now. Could have been more than that. Colorado's just now coming back out as they're down 13-10 against Georgia Tech, and we'll talk about them after. But starting with Baylor, what does Baylor got to do to be able to come out with a victory? They're playing at home. The crowd is sold out, man. They just haven't been able to get over that hump so far as getting their offense going.
Well, I gave Baylor the advantage going into this game because they were at home. But one of the things that I stressed was that they would have to be balanced as offense.
Mm-hmm.
If they become one-dimensional and they can only pass the ball, then things weren't going to work out for Baylor because now they can they can peel their caps back and then just rush the passer. And with an SEC team, one thing you always know is they're going to be in the interior on defense anyway. They're going to be superior and they're going to be great. So I thought it was important that they be able to run the ball so they can have balance to the offense so you can kind of keep the defense on their toes and on their heels. But they hadn't been able to do that, so they become one-dimensional. And now that you're behind, you have to pass the ball. So I don't think it bodes well. And then on the other end of that, Auburn has been able to run the ball on Baylor. So I think it will. So it's the offensive line and the defensive line play that's the story in this game.
You know the thing that concerns me in the Colorado game, and they have a very conservative offensive game plan.
Yes.
It's almost like a 360 from when Shador was in the game because they're almost overcommitted to running the ball. And they're moving the ball somewhat, but they get in these 3rd and 2 situations like they're in now. They run the ball again, and they haven't been able to pick them up. And so I think this is a time where they kind of, on this 3rd and 2, you kind of got to mix it up. Maybe throw the ball down the field to kind of loosen them up in this situation.
Well,
it looked like they tried to take your advice right there, but
I don't like that play. I don't like that play.
I don't like
they
that
didn't have
either.
a choice right there on 3rd and 2. The thing with them is they were throwing Shador out for the Heisman Trophy last year, so you knew what he was going to do. He was going to come out and he was going to pass the ball because they're trying to get him 300 yards per game, so they can, advertise him for the Heisman. This is a young guy. He's had some success in college, but the same old problem seems to exist that happened last year. They don't have a good offensive line, and they can't protect this guy. So when you have a dual threat quarterback, it's so many options that you have as a play caller. You can run reverses. You got to kind of keep them on their toes. You can run your quarterback. It's so many things that you can do. You can do draws. You can do it's so many things that you can do with this guy that you weren't able to do with Shador. And I just don't think that their game plan is is sufficient enough for me tonight.
Yeah, again, they're running the ball. They're picking up, 4 and 3 yards on 1st and 2nd down, but it's those last 2 yards they're struggling to pick up, to get the first down. And I think, in situations like that, maybe you pass it on 1st down to try to,
switch it up a little.
Yeah, because it's not that they're losing yards in the run game. It's just that they haven't been able to convert and it makes sense because what does Georgia Tech do in their offense? They're a power running team. So when you get in a power running set against a defense that's used to practicing against a power running offense, they know how to stop that kind of game.
But that's the situation you want. You want 3rd and 2s. I'd rather have 3rd and 2 than 3rd and 10.
Well, what you think about that play call? They roll out on 3rd and 2.
That was horrible. I've said this already because I'm saying their game plan. When you have a mobile quarterback and a dual threat quarterback, it allows you to do so many things with him, and just to sit there and to just have a rollout where it's not a pass option rollout where he can run or throw the ball, and you just have one option to throw it to, that's.
And I think that's what set him up. There was only one guy was on the route.
Yeah.
So the whole defense is looking at the one guy.
But the thing about it is, it's not an option play where he has the ability to run where you blocking the outside and he has the option to run or throw the ball. It's just a one receiver out in the route type of play, and that's that guy. You got to rely on this guy to go out and win and beat the defensive back every time, and that's.
They have to be. My deal is they have to at some point commit to stopping the running back the quarterback in the run game. Like, they've
Colorado is about to get beat because they're the same narrative we had about the line of scrimmage and with the Auburn and Baylor game is the same.
They have to me, even though it's third. In this last play, it was first and 15. They were in like a kind of a loose kind of defense. They have to play a run defense regardless of situation. They're going to be able to stop him here. I guarantee you. When they commit enough guys in the box, they can stop the run game. When they get in that loose kind of coverage defense, they can't stop him.
I think you got to make Haynes King beat you in this scenario. That's the only thing you can.
I'm not watching the broadcast, but I don't know why they playing Coach Prime.
Highlights. See why
they look like they need him tonight.
Yeah, they want him to suit back up. They even got his baseball.
I think he's out of eligibility.
This the Prime effect. They showing this man baseball highlights during the game instead of showing the highlights of what's going on.
Wow, they just second and short. That's 3rd and 1. If you could be in those situations where you're in 3rd,
but if you don't give up 12 yards, if you don't give up 11 yards on first down on a quarterback draw. You don't, you know what I mean?
But that's what I'm saying. See, Colorado, the difference is Colorado had a 3rd and 2 when they came and they wrote a rollout pass with one guy in the play. Did you see what Georgia Tech did? They ran it right down their throats. That's the difference.
Long as Colorado stays in that run-stopping defense, they're fine. They've been horrible in 2nd and 9.
Yes.
Third and 9. They've been horrible. I don't get it because they get in this soft defense.
And sit back in the little shell defense.
But Georgia Tech has only ran the ball. They hadn't passed the ball at all.
They have. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So
I'll stay in the goal line.
So by the 4th quarter, those guys.
Watch this. 2nd and 9. Now this is what they should stay in right here. They should stay in this regardless. And if you get beat in this, you just lose.
Yeah.
If you beat me
over the top, and I got 7 in the box.
I can't stop you with just committing 5 guys to the run game.
This is what I'm saying, Rocky. In the 4th quarter, they've been running it down their throats all day. In the 4th quarter, it's gonna get bad.
That's why you got to get the lead.
Well, if they don't get the lead,
but I mean,
because if they get to 20-10 in that 4th quarter,
I'm not getting it. If I'm Colorado, I'm not getting in the coverage defense. No. I'm getting in goal line again. See, they're in the coverage. Watch him run the ball.
He pass it.
He can't hit a bull in the ass with iron bull. He can't. I'm telling you, he can't throw.
Nah, he ain't never. That's why Eric Singleton is on Auburn, because he left Georgia Tech. He got tired of seeing that as getting thrown to. But I agree with you, Rocky. They gotta come out. I'm stacking the box right there. It looks like they in the cover 2. They playing 2 shells up high.
They're looking at him. They want to play a cover 2 where they can look in at the quarterback. I'm saying don't play a cover 2. Play a defense where you play gap control and you get guys on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't let him
make him beat
Haynes King look like an offensive lineman running down the field. You get everybody up on him early. You don't let him get started.
He old. He leaning on them dudes, man. He old. He like 26. He playing against teenagers out there, man. He leaning on them guys out there.
You know, I think he's a good college quarterback. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
okay, so while we in this, Jalen, won't you get to this Michael Parsons deal?
Yeah.
Because he's talking about college football. He's over
trying to escape.
So I want to,
so I'll tee it up. Michael Parsons,
his heart in his head is that when we start talking about Michael Parsons.
Where's my camera?
Have y'all all seen Michael Parsons been traded to the Green Bay Packers for 2 first-round picks, Kenny Clark, and 3 bags of Doritos? He was traded to the Green Bay Packers for that. Signs a brand new deal, gets $47 million a year. Like I said 2 weeks ago, there is no winning in this scenario for Jerry Jones. Either pay the guy, you trade him. You don't win. I think in this scenario, you lost completely, but I talked about it yesterday on my show. I got to get Rock's opinion on this because he was commenting on that yesterday as we broke the news about the Michael Parsons trade. What was your thoughts when you seen that ESPN ticker come over and it says Michael Parsons traded to the Green Bay Packers?
I was devastated.
Yeah.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
But then I first off, let me say shout out to Michael Parsons and David Mulligata for getting him what he truly deserves. 188 over 4 years with 63 today. You know, yeah, that's
signing bonus.
Yeah. So
that's
you
a good
can't
little deal right there.
Yeah, and he still's gonna get paid 24 this year for this season.
Yeah.
So that's what is that?
80,000.
80 million.
80 million.
in 1
Creeping
year.
up on 100.
Yeah. So
In 1 year.
you can't. I don't blame Michael Parsons for fighting for his right, but this is a situation where it's simply, if Jerry didn't want to pay the guy, he should have said very early in the process, hey, I don't want to pay him top of the market. I got to pay him. I'm going to end up paying him top of the market, and I don't want to pay him that. Then you make provisions to do so. You trade him, you do whatever you got to do. Michael Parsons was a shrewd businessman in this deal because he said, I'm not playing for $24 million. I'm sorry, I would have went out there and played for it. Jerry would have got me for the 24.
Oh, yeah.
But however, he knew his value,
Yeah.
and he wasn't going to play for any less than that. Once you realize you're dealing with a player like that, you have to then transition to what Jerry says he is. Jerry says he's a businessman, right? And as a businessman, you have to make decisions, and you can't be emotional. In this decision, in this particular situation, I think Jerry got emotional. He got in his feelings. He wanted to impose his will on the agent and on Micah. Micah wasn't having. Micah met him right where he was, right? Micah said, I got stiffness in my back. Now you can't find me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
They went out and got an MRI. They say we didn't find nothing. I got stiffness on my back. I got second opinion. Jerry didn't realize a week before the season starts, Micah's not going to play unless he's got a new deal. And we may still have to pay him and him not play. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Micah was willing to play the game with him, Walker,
But
that
he
a
can
lot of guys can't afford to play. Why is it that guys just don't have stiffness in their back while they're negotiating the contract?
Hey,
everybody ain't got the leverage Micah got.
Yeah,
You think it's leverage?
It's not.
It's some form of leverage because of his talent.
His
His
leverage
talent
too.
is his leverage.
Yeah, it's the player. It's the player. Now, there's no way you can tell if that man has tightening in his back or not.
It's
It's
impossible to
impossible.
tell.
When they talk about the back, the neck and the back, you don't know. Man, I'm hurt. And he wasn't going to go out there and play. He realized this. But the other thing that he realized was that this guy wasn't stupid. You can't just take me in the office and do something without my representative being here.
Absolutely.
So this guy's stubborn. You got a kid that's 26 years old that's been a 4-time All-Pro, 5, 6, 7, whatever.
Three time
Three times in 4 years.
3 years, okay. One of the
crazy.
guys that you went out and drafted. One of you guys that you have to take care of your guys. Now, this is a guy that this is probably one of the most successful guys that we've ever drafted.
By far.
In the last 10 years, at least, by far.
Yeah,
last
by far.
20 years.
20, yeah.
Last 20 years.
I think you probably go back to that. I think the only guy you can say that has that level of success, you have to go back to Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. You drafted and is a 3-time All-Pro in 4 years.
Yeah, you have to go back to Emmitt Smith. I don't know anybody else. We may be able to do. Frederick may have been that guy.
Travis Frederick. Dez had
Martin,
some success early on.
Martin may have been that guy.
Smith.
Dez had some success early on.
But what I'm saying, maybe even DeMarcus Ware, but I think he got more. He has more sacks. Well, him and Marcus DeWare had the same number of sacks in the similar games. My point is saying this.
But you wasn't handicapped by salary cap at that time.
But here's my point, Walker. If
this
you
is
know
what
you
you're
don't want to pay the guy, you can't decide that a week before the season. You have to decide that before the draft.
Yeah.
Right? You know what my man got paid $145 million a year in his contract, and he's what? 4 years older, 3 years older? Miles Garrett.
Yeah.
So you know, oh, damn.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to pay this guy. And if that's more than what you want to pay, right? I don't care how many meetings you have with Michael Parsons.
Well,
and then I think here's another thing too, guys. I think when Michael Parsons filed a grievance on Jerry, that's when he realized that he wasn't going to be able to smooth Micah.
Yeah,
he wasn't
he
going to
took
be
it
able to
personal.
pat him on the back. And he felt like Jerry was trying to manipulate the negotiating process.
And he was. And Jerry took it personal. But why would your team is worth, what, 12
billion.
12 billion, okay?
That's crazy.
If you just want to put something on the field, that's one thing. But you want to try to put something on the field that's going to be successful and that's going to
You're
win.
on the clock, Jerry.
Yeah, you're on the clock. And you got to take the owner side out of it. You got to take the owner side out of it when you being the GM. So you thinking on both levels, well, it's my money and I can dish it out however I want to. And since I'm dishing it out how I want to, I'm still not going to let this guy dictate what he wants. It's the plantation mentality.
I think this is the issue right here, Walker. You were alluding to something right then. When the owner and the GM are the same person, he feels like what he's giving the guy is his money, right?
Yeah.
Here's what should have happened. If you have a GM and the GM says, hey, Jerry, I've looked at all the data. If we want to keep Micah, this is what it's going to cost. Jerry's looking at it, hey, it shouldn't have to cost me this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Someone has to be there.
Because we're the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to be there, like you said, to be that intermediate guy to say, this is what the market is. Jerry is literally just looking at the dollar amount. He's not even looking at the market. He's just looking at, $47 million. That's too much. And he keeps bringing up Dak. What is Dak supposed to feel like in this? Dak done been brought up by Jerry more than. Did you see him yesterday after they traded him? They said, how are the other guys supposed to feel and how are they supposed to expect to get their money after seeing what you did with Micah? He said, ask Dak.
I don't want to be a Cowboy.
He said, ask Dak.
If the best player on this team, the last 3 contracts, which was Dak's, CD, and Micah.
Yep.
So you had this reoccurring situation, a problem with contracts being signed. I don't want to play for no onymer like that. That's the same owner. I wouldn't want to play for him when he told me I couldn't kneel.
And here's the other deal, right? And y'all may disagree with me, but this is what I honestly believe. Jerry, through this negotiation, he realized he was never going to be able to control Micah, and Jerry doesn't want a person on his team that he can't control. Similar to when he no longer had influence over Dez that way. Mm-hmm. He got rid of Dez. You know what I mean? Jerry doesn't want to coach. He doesn't want to coach, or not coach, but he doesn't want to play on his team that will defy his authority.
Like what he just said when he told them boys to not kneel. They didn't want to.
I wouldn't want to play for him then. But this is the thing. Now, if he would have traded him to the New Orleans Saints, that's a thing because New Orleans Saints gonna have a top 10 pick the next 2 years.
That would have made more sense.
You know. But Green Bay, you're gonna be drafted in the 20th.
27 is probably your highest pick you looking to get. Now that you don't gave them Micah, this is a team that was already in the playoff. They won 11 games last year. And you just gave them possibly the best edge defender in the NFC, in the conference. That's who you gave him to. Him going to Green Bay was more shocking to me than it was even the trade.
So this is what I'm saying.
But they can package those picks.
I think at this point, when you got a guy like Micah that you want to, that ultimately you say, okay, at this point I'm going to get rid of him. You have to be strategic because compensation rules everything at this point.
Yep.
He probably could have sent him to Arizona. He probably could have sent him to
New England was interested.
New England or whatever. But where they going to give him two first and a frontline player? Like, you have to go with the package. The only people that, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm surprised Dan Quinn didn't get involved in it. Not that he would have.
I think he
But
probably was.
They don't.
Yeah, but they probably won't even
control
accept them phone calls when they see it's coming from
But they don't,
DC.
But they don't control those picks either. I don't think Washington has a.
Yeah, they've made some trades.
Choice.
Yeah.
They traded up for Jason.
Debo.
Oh yeah.
They just made a big trade for Debo, so they probably couldn't do two in a row.
They didn't have any capital.
Yeah. So
And I think they were scared of Micah eventually walking and leaving and going to the Commanders 2 years from now after you don't battle them.
Well, again, Jerry also, here's another deal.
Mm-hmm.
When you decide that you're not going to talk to a guy's agent, you get vindictive. Then I think Micah has no choice but to get vindictive as well.
Yeah.
I'm sure him not wanting to talk to my agent has something to do with the tightness in his back. Right?
Yeah.
and then, so now we're at a stalemate. You don't want to talk to my agent. I got tightness in my back. You can't find me.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? If I'm ultimately not able to play, not able to practice, you can then you could activate me, but I still don't have to play.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And you have that situation going on. And I guess again, ultimately, Jerry, the gambler, got emotional. Got emotional.
Yeah.
And he lost sight of what the goal is. And the goal is to field the best team you possibly can. In the NFL, due to the salary cap, everybody has money limitations.
Mm-hmm.
So the talent is much more valuable than anything else. The money is just what you have to reward a player with once you draft a good player. Like, I don't care if you have
be mine. That's just like having your own kids.
If you draft the best guy, if you draft the best wide receiver, okay, I gotta pay him because he's the best wide. Jerry with this attitude, I got 3 years to make my mind up. I can.
Yeah, all of that stuff, man.
All
Come
that
on,
stuff, man.
bro, that was bogus.
Just really
He did Micah
in poor
wrong in
taste.
this scenario.
He wasn't treating Micah in this process like he was a cowboy.
No, he was not at all. And I don't understand Jerry's reason. Well, I do understand it. It's all ego driven. But what is the team going to look like in the next 3 years? This is what I asked everybody yesterday that came on. Does this affect the win total this year? Does this affect the win total in 2 years from now? When do we start to see the effects of not having Micah Parsons out there? Is that a now thing, or is that
we tried that last year?
Yeah,
and we were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
We were hoping when he came
said they're
back,
going to be better in the run now. That's what Jerry's.
Look here, man, because they won't try to run as much.
Exactly.
They'll be passing more. That's how.
Because now we get to expose them DBs y'all got out.
Yeah, man.
It don't make no type of football sense, but this is the problem. You can't, as you just said, you can't worry about the money and all that when it's your guy. But that's the GM's job. It's to collect talent. Howie Roseman, they get the guys there.
On how to get it done. It's to work with the player to get it done. And again, this is I've said this: $188 million is a lot of money, and if you don't want to pay it, let me just say this: we all have limited capacity to purchase things, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we all make these choices, right? There are people that walk around with expensive watches, expensive bags, expensive cars. You're not going to pay that for a car, right? So guess what? You have to go to a car lot that has the cars that you're willing to pay for. In this situation, once you realize you're not going to pay the guy, you have to transition to the mindset of let me get the max I can for him. And if you decide you didn't want to pay market value in March, what it seems like you did, you realized you didn't want to pay market value for him, and he wasn't going to play for $24 million. Because now this is what I credit Micah for. Micah decided I'm not going to play on a 1-year deal because I'm only going to be 26 one time in my life.
Yeah.
I'm only going to be 26 with 3 years Pro Bowl one time in my life. This is when I got you over a barrel. And I'm willing to stretch you out just as far as you want to stretch this thing out. How shrewd he did it was very interesting. Now, I'll ask you, Walker, had there been a stronger head coach in between him and the owner, could it been a more could that coach put more pressure on Micah to perform or conform, so to speak?
No, man. I don't think so. And this is why. Because that's business. I mean, when you get out there with your boys, we a family and we're a team, but That's business, and the guys look at it as family business. You taking care of what you need to take care of to take care of your family.
So even coaches feel like that as well, have that same
they
hands-off approach?
They do, and I'm going to tell you why. They get mad at the owner of the GM, but they not getting mad at the player because his production spoke for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody said that he didn't deserve the money that he got. Everybody knew that he was going to be the highest paid defensive player in the league because of his resume and what he's done. So you pay guys for results, and he has went out and he has proven that he's a dominant defensive player and he deserves to get paid. So my thing with Jerry, you got all this money. You got the most successful franchise business-wise, not saying on the field.
Yeah.
But
Business-wise,
business-wise, you have that. Why can't you pay this guy? It's just like being a father. Okay, when your child is born, and I'm just saying when he's drafted, and he does something where you're a proud papa, proud dad. That's what he should be for Michael Parsons. Yet still look like he giving him lashes, whips.
Well,
you know
what it looks like to me is that this is just me. Now, this is just my view. Michael was a Cowboy. He was their own. But there was some disconnect between him and Jerry. I don't know if it was a podcast. I don't know if it was.
I think
it was. There's some disconnect there because Jerry never embraced him as he's a Cowboy. He's one of our guys. We're going to take care of our guy. It was very contentious from the very start.
I almost feel like there's some type of contention or tension between Dak and Jerry. Every time money was brought up, he brought up Dak. This has been going on for 6 months. I think him paying, I made him the highest paid. You got to go win game. If you want to see what happens to players that want to get paid, go ask Dak. How does Dak keep getting brought up? And because he paid Dak this money and it did not work, he said Dak was the first person.
What you mean did not work? He's on. This is the first year he'll pay under his new contract. You don't know it, but But again, last year you took everything away from him.
You did. But I'm going off of what Jerry's saying because he said I paid guys top-notch dollar and nothing happened. That's what he said 2-3 months ago. Yeah. I paid these guys that and said Dak's name again. I paid Dak Prescott and it didn't work. I paid guys and they got hurt and didn't even play. Yeah. So what is all of that is building up, and now we're getting to the Micah situation.
The conversation between Witt never had to fight for his money, Romo never had to fight for his money. Aikman. But I will say Zach Martin had conversation about
but
it.
He had conversation on the re-up. He got his deal, and then he wanted another deal a year right after he had just got paid, and that's when the tension started happening because Zach knew he was going to retire.
Well, check this out. Dez Bryant was one of the most successful receivers. He had a problem. Mm-hmm. Emmitt Smith was the leading rusher in the NFL. Came off of
1,700 yards
in Super Bowl.
And this man couldn't get his money, man. They had to lose 2 games for him to say,
and with all due respect.
And then I heard
Romo, Aikman, Witten were never at the level. Now, again, they may be Hall of Fame players, but I'm talking about ranking among quarterbacks, ranking among tight ends, ranking among. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get
Romo was never thought of as a top 5 quarterback.
No.
I bet you Jason Witten didn't have to wait all and do all that.
No, not at all. Jason Witten never went.
He wanted to coach.
He did. He did from high school. From high school coach to Dallas Cowboy coach.
So, I mean, it's just a disconnect. When I see all of that type of stuff going on, man,
it's crazy.
The Cowboys. And they're not gonna win another Super Bowl until he's out there.
I ask you, Walker.
And that's gonna be a family business. So
I don't think it's getting better with Steven.
Steven, if you go back and look at the interview, he looks exasperated.
He does. He looks like he's over all of this.
Because Daddy make all the decisions.
Yeah. Because I'm going to say what I'm going to say, but the gambler's going to be the last guy to come in and make the decision.
But people think it was because he thought he should have signed Micah. No, he may have thought that Jerry should have played more hardball with Micah. You know, it could be.
It could have been.
Anyway, But
you don't get rid of.
It's all about money. You don't get, like you said, you don't get rid of a talent like that, man. Because
3 times All-Pro in 4 years.
My question is, if you don't want to pay Micah, then who do you want to pay?
And that's the biggest point.
Aubrey?
Who? Yeah, Brandon Aubrey.
Brandon Aubrey, he gonna get paid.
Brandon Aubrey gonna have a contract waiting on him. But Micah got to set up and fight for it.
Kicker we paid, and as soon as we paid him, he got to be trash.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. He was right before Aubrey.
Yeah,
I can't think
we
his
found
name.
him and he kicked for about 4 years.
Yeah, he did.
Man. Had a strong leg, and then he fell off a cliff. I can't think his name
either, but yeah, it was him before that. With Jerry, man, once it stops being about this, is why you have to have a GM. You cannot be an owner and a GM because somebody has to protect you from yourself as the owner, and there's nobody to protect Jerry from himself.
And this is the thing, you talk about Michael Parsons having a podcast. Jerry Jones did too.
Every Sunday after the game, his podcast starts.
He's the only owner in the league.
And Tuesday morning radio.
That has his own show, man.
And Tuesday morning radio. I've never heard any owner get weekly Tuesday. Yeah, I seen at Tarleton State got a win over Army in double overtime. Tarleton State keeping. I'm waiting on some of these other Texas teams. We're seeing what Baylor gonna do to bring home some dubs, man. But Tarleton State starting it off right as of right now. But yeah, with Jerry, you got to have that GM there for a buffer to save you from yourself because no one's saving Jerry from himself right now. And the Cowboys are gonna implode. I mean, the writing is just on the wall. The Cowboys are gonna implode. Dak is gonna be next guy to leave. It's my opinion. Dak is gonna be gone next because you keep bringing him up over and over and over and over. So eventually
Where
you're gonna say.
Send him?
Yeah, but it's a bunch of teams that want Dak. I don't know where you're gonna send him.
Okay,
but it's a bunch of teams.
What team want to pay $60 million for that?
Half the NFC because they ain't got no quarterbacks.
No, I don't think.
No, not 60.
I think it's some teams that's gonna want that'll pay. Now the price
60,
tag, what you get for them. I mean, like what the Cowboys are getting in return might not be the best. But I mean, the 60 don't matter because in 2 years they're gonna be making 80. In 2 years after that, they're gonna be making 100.
But see, my question is, Jerry could have avoided this circumstance and situation.
All of it.
By lacing him up.
In January.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. 2 years ago. Yeah, definitely.
You don't even get to this point.
You don't.
Now you're out of a little more money. You know, you probably already done gave him $30-40 million already.
And that's what Philadelphia has done with their young guys.
That's what I was just gonna say. They
That's
get it out the way
example
early.
Right there, man. They get it out the way early.
And get it right out the way. That's what you're supposed to do.
Get them paid, man. Get them paid. And then these guys ain't complaining. They're not complaining about getting paid now because they already got it.
The propaganda's already started. Like I heard the Dallas beat writer, some lady named Slayton or I can't think of her name.
From 105.3. Yeah.
Yeah. She was talking about there were questions about how committed Michael Parsons was to football, and I'm like, and then my point is like, okay, say he's not all the way committed to football. His production was worth, that's what we were paying for. We weren't paying for his commitment. As long as his commitment looks like that, they grinding him up like sawdust.
You better.
Hey, Brett Meyer was a kicker, and Dan Bailey.
Yeah,
so those are the two
Bailey.
guys you were thinking
Bailey.
of. Shout out my uncle. He sent me the text and sent those guys. But yeah, man, it's rough for the Cowboys coming up. I'm not gonna say it's rough. I think they're still gonna win.
We got to look in
9
here
to 10
at
games.
this game right here. We got to look in from somewhere.
Looks like it's a look in from I can't tell if that is.
That may be China Spring, huh? Franklin?
China Spring and Franklin. Yes, it is. China Spring and Franklin still playing right now as going into the third quarter of this game, folks. We're getting ready to go into a break, folks. We're going to keep letting you guys see some of the game. But we're going to go into a quick break. When we come back, we're getting ready to close the show out. I want to let these guys get some picks for tomorrow. For tomorrow's Saturday game slate. We'll talk about and wrap up these games going on here in Central Texas here going on right now. So stay tuned and stay locked in with us, folks, here on Friday Night Flex as we take one last break and we come back for some more coverage here.
Man, that's a quick third quarter.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family. It's the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in the position to do that.
Pitch is hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going all night. Don't back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. God is yours.
Going back into it, it'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
It's this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop tall and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades. We're renegades. Listen up, listen up.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run, Carson Croca. Give a RBI double to Blake Hansen in the Highlanders, walk it off and win by a score of 10-9.
We're renegades. Yeah. Yeah. Rappers really don't want beef with me. Trust me, I can beat you easily. Suckers get DDT'd. I've been swinging for the fences since I was in Little League. I'ma dig nut like a guillotine. Woo! Langston Hughes with the verses. Hook something like a Reno. Baby girl, I ain't got time to chase you. I've been chasing dreams. Whoa! I'm going crazy like I'm daylight. Yeah, I'm a crossover gang. AI. Yeah, we be skipping over all of your verses just like the CD with a playwright. Yeah, I already know if the going crazy like I'm daylight, yeah, I'm a crossover gang, AI, yeah.
This is why you need Centex Primetime. Jalen Gillis brings the realness. Dive into the heart of sports with the most passionate commentary around. From pro to high school, Jalen's got the insight and energy you crave. Catch all the action weekdays from 5 to 7 p.m. on the Centex Sports Network, only on YouTube. Join the conversation and elevate your sports knowledge with Centex Primetime. Don't miss it.
Need video or audio solutions? Lighthouse Streaming, a full-scale media agency, can transform any event. Check this out. We're talking live streaming that's crisp and clear, event audio that hits every note, and church video and audio solutions that'll enhance worship. Corporate events, we got those on lock too. From concerts to conferences, Lighthouse Streaming and Audio makes your vision shine. Book your appointment now at lighthousestreaming.com or call 254-252-4206 for a free consultation. Let's elevate your event and light up the stage.
What's up, everybody? My name is Jalen Gillis. You may know me from Centex Sports Network. We're starting a new platform, Recruit 254. Our mission is to highlight the amazing student athletes of 254. So if you're in the Waco, Killeen, Temple, Mart, Marlin, or any surrounding 254 areas, follow this platform and join the movement. Recruit 254. 254, let's run it up.
Hello, my name is Roy Gillis, CEO of Lighthouse Streaming, and you're watching Centex Sports Network.
You got 8 seconds to prove you're worth the price of admission. And you got Baylor Scott and White Health along for the ride. So square up. You got this.
I've looked back at MCC with all these kids coming out here, these men and women starting their lives out here, starting their dreams and their visions of what they want to do for their family, is the foundation for our community.
The plan is to go win.
Yes, sir.
Our girls set a goal that they wanted to win a national championship. They wanted to win a conference championship. That's been on the table from day one. And now we put ourselves in a position to do that.
Pitch hit in the air and deep to left field. Going back is Rayvon Morgan at the wall. He leaps and he makes the catch for the third out.
Too much to give in. If you think it's over, then let's start it again. The planet's alive, the stars burn bright, the sun goes down, we keep going on now. Going back down, the moment is now. Don't miss out, we're never turning around. The light is yours.
Going back to him, get to it. It'll go all the way to the wall. One run is scored. Rounding the third, coming home to score is Aiden Cooney.
Catch me if you can. We're renegades.
Hits this one in the air, deep right field. It is treetop call and over the wall.
We're renegades. We're renegades.
Hits the first pitch down the right field side. That's going to be it. Touching third and coming home is the winning run. Carson Croca give a RBI double to Blake Hansen. And the Highlanders walk it off and win by a score of.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back into Friday Night Flex right here on Centex Sports Network as we're getting near to the end of our show. We've had a lot of fun up here today, getting a chance to talk ball with you guys and giving you guys some insight. Want to go and look at some score updates here as we're getting towards the end of the night, folks. A lot of these games have been decided already. Some of these games coming down to the wire, but at this point in the night is when you start to see some teams start putting some backups in. You see some guys letting the other guys get some burn out there. So let's go through a couple of these scores while we're here. First off, you guys just got a second ago to look into that China Spring and Franklin game, which turns out to be a barn burner once again, just like it was last year. These guys having another really good game. Shout out to Rogue Media and all those guys over there that are getting a chance to cover that game. Granbury and Waco High, 30-6 is the scores. We're getting near the end of the game. 6 minutes left in the game. Waco High is looking like they're going to start this one off 0-1. The other WISD team, University, really struggling against Keller Central as Keller Central's up 36-17 right now as they near towards the end of the game. We got a score update from Les as he texted in a second ago and said that Keller was up. Belton right now trailing 7-10 against Pflugerville Hendrickson. China Spring and Franklin still in their battle right now, tied up at 28 apiece. Conley on Little River Academy up 27-22. Looks like they're coming back into that game as well. La Vega still taking care of business over Kennedale, up 20-3. Robinson really extending that score out, up 35-7 up on West right now. Hillsborough and McGregor still in the battle, 14-10 going Hillsborough's way. Fairfield close to closing this game out, up 30-0 on Maypearl. LaGrange versus Cam Yo right now. Cameron Yo getting beat pretty bad right now against LaGrange, 34-0. The I-35 battle is Rocky Corn to Salado and Troy. Right now, Troy up 28-24 on Salado in that fourth quarter. Looks like they're in another really good game as well. Clifton up big on Riesel, 27-0. Itasca and Moody tied up right now. Crawford up 19-0 on Anderson Shiro. Lexington extended that lead out against Marlin in the top-ranked matchup there and some of the lower levels of football. 35-14 lead for Lexington in that game. Bremond, who yesterday came out with the win, 35-13 over Cairns as well. And Chilton up 24-6 on Hearn. Whitney really putting it down right now on Mart, as that was a close game to start it off. But right now, Whitney up 63-26 on the Mart Panthers. As I told y'all earlier in the show, that Whitney team is good. Definitely be on the lookout for them this year. Coach Haynes, his son Kobe Haynes, one of the top-ranked players in the state, already, man. So make sure you guys are looking out for them. Those are some of the scores going on around this area, folks. We got a little bit of time left here today. We're going to talk some more about these high school teams before we get off. But I want to jump over and talk a little bit of college ball as we gear up and get ready for tomorrow. Big day tomorrow on Saturdays, week 1. We'll continue. Right now, 2 battles going on with Georgia Tech and Colorado. Georgia Tech up 20-13 on Colorado, but Colorado trying to put a drive together. Right now, Baylor can't seem to get their offense all the way together, but they're right on the cusp of scoring. They're down 24-10, but right now on the goal line. I want to take a look at some of these other games that we got going on tomorrow. We got some good ones happening. Obviously, the Texas and Ohio State game will be our first one, and both of you guys have been on the show throughout the week and talked about this game. Final predictions for this one, because I flip-flopped at least 2 or 3 times on this, going back and forth between Texas and Ohio State. Rocky, who you got in this one tomorrow at the shoe?
Ultimately, I just think Texas is the better team. I think Ohio State, though the game is at home, I think Texas's defense is nasty.
Yes.
And they'll make it hard on Sands, the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
They'll make it hard also in the running game as well. We see how the trenches kind of control the outcome of these games, watching them early. And I just think Texas is the better team. They have the better quarterback. I hope.
Yeah, that's what we think right now. But yeah, I'm been going back and forth on this one. Wayne, what do you think? Longhorns and Buckeyes, man, to start the game off.
I'm thinking the Buckeyes. I think being at home gives them that slight advantage, and I think they got the best 3 players out of both teams on the field. You know?
Jeremiah Smith, Caleb Downs as well. Yeah.
So
I can agree with that.
Even though Texas is stout on defense, that's what they're going to be driven by. And I'm anxious to see what Arch Manning is going to do. He's been given all his pub, and, he comes from this royal family of quarterbacks. So I'm anxious to see him play, but I still will give it to Ohio State right now because of them playing in the horseshoe.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth on this one. I would lean, right now I'm leaning towards Texas. This is a game that I won't be betting on for those of y'all that try to tune in to get my picks. I won't be betting on this one because it's too close. I'll give Texas the slight advantage just because I think Arch Manning has a little bit more experience than Julian saying, but it ain't easy to win in the shoe. You got to go all the way. That's a long travel to go play, and it's an early morning start. As you started off at 11 o'clock game. Baylor has just scored and came back a little bit as they cut that lead down. They get it to the young freshman. Been telling y'all about this kid all the last 2 weeks. Caden Knighton gets a big-time score. They've definitely needed that right there if Baylor wants to have a chance to win. Baylor needs to get a stop, man. I know we've been talking about the Baylor game. They got to get a stop coming up. You can't let these guys come in week 1 and just run all over you like this. You got to try to get a stop coming out, especially now with a quarterback like Jackson Arnold, man. You got to load the box up on this guy and make him beat you. Same as we were just talking with Colorado and as they're battling against Georgia Tech. Same with that. You got to load up on Haynes King, and you got to make this guy beat you. A couple of these other games for tomorrow. Alabama, Florida State, another big game. Alabama is a heavy favorite in this one, but they're playing at Florida State. Like I've told you guys throughout the week, if you were paying attention to the show, the line is steadily growing, 14.5 points. I would be tempted to take Florida State in the points. I do have Alabama winning this game. I don't know if this current Alabama team is 14.5 points better than Florida State, but I'm definitely taking Alabama to win the game for sure. Wayne, who do you like in this one? Alabama.
I like
Florida
Alabama.
State?
I like Alabama. I think they from the jump they get off to a fast start, and I think they win it. Like you said, if I'm a betting guy, I'm gonna take Florida State in the 14 points because I don't just think Alabama is that good and going to beat them that bad at home. And Florida State was one of those teams that was ranked and that's been pretty good the last couple of years. So if you got any pride, and you want to be one of the best teams in the ACC, you got to keep this game close.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with them not having significantly good quarterback play. Ty Simpson is going to get the start, but we don't know what in the world Ty Simpson is going to look like out there.
Yeah.
Rocky, who you liking this one, Bama and Florida State?
I do like Bama. Florida State has, even though they had a tough time last year, they had a pretty formidable defense. They just couldn't muster any offense. And I think they will keep it within the 14, but I expect Alabama to win.
Yeah, I definitely think Alabama will pull out with the victory in this game tomorrow. There's a couple other games that are going to be ranked. One of the main ones will be the night game, the Battle of Death Valley, LSU versus Clemson. This is another game that I've gone back and forth on throughout the week. But right now, I'm leaning towards Clemson, and it's really just because they're at home, man, because I think these teams are both pretty evenly matched. I like Cade Klubnik, but I also like Garrett Nussmeier at the quarterback position. These might be the two best receiving cores from top to bottom in the nation. When you talk about Clemson, with all the amount of guys they have, a super young team too. Brian Wesco, a guy out of Midlothian, that's the 5-star that's out there, had a great year last year. They got Antonio Williams. On the other side for LSU, they've got a lot of guys. They brought in Braxton Brown from Kentucky. They bring back Anderson. LSU's always going to have some receivers. So with this battle, I think it's going to be a close game. I'll lean towards Clemson, though, in this one just because Clemson is at home. Wayne, who do you got in this one, the battle for Death Valley with Clemson and LSU?
I'm going LSU, man. I'm going LSU. I think they have to win this game, man. If they want any chance of doing anything this year, they have to win this game.
Yeah.
And that's to the house.
As it looks like Auburn just runs back a kick. Hey, y'all, I'm glad I ain't at this game because I might have got kicked out the press box for saying something crazy. Hey, no, you can't let them come out and run a kickback after you just went down the field and drove. Now you got to put your offense. They just had a 15-play drive right back onto the field, and for them to try to score. Yeah, Baylor, y'all. This is why I didn't put y'all in any other parlays, man. I had to leave y'all single just in case y'all messed my weekend up to start this one off.
You didn't touch the ball.
Yeah, didn't even get a chance to get back out there. Rocky, who you liking this one? LSU and Clemson for tomorrow, 6:30 game. They get the night game.
Like I said, I like LSU as well. I think Cade Klubnik is questionable as a quarterback. I know a lot of people believe in him. A lot of people think that he's a real pro prospect. I don't share that opinion. I also think that now I will say I think it'll be a very close game, but I just think when I look at these two teams, I think LSU will win the job, will win in the trenches. They retooled in the offensive line, and of course we know what they have in the defensive line, and so they should win the game. As I'm watching Colorado wet the bed.
That's what they currently looks
I
like.
thought it was third or fourth down, but it looked like it was second down. So.
Yeah, they'll get another shot, but you can't miss Price right there on that pass.
Oh, man.
You can't miss him right there, Caden.
For whatever reason, Caden Salters, as the game went on, he's gotten more and more anxious for some reason.
Yeah, and that's kind of how he had it like that. That's a touchdown. That's a touchdown, and you overthrew him by 5 yards on that one. That's a wide open.
But again, it's almost like in that one he was anticipating the rush, and he never got it. But
never got it, and you overthrew the guy that was wide open.
That's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown. That's a wide open touchdown. You got to be able to make that play. But yeah, the LSU Clemson game is going to be a really tough one. Before we close out here and go back to these high school games. Rocky, what HBCU games do we need to be looking out for this weekend, man? I'm not gonna get off here without saying something about the HBCUs.
Tomorrow, the only game I really want to talk about it's two. Jackson State is hosting Hampton out of Hampton, Virginia, and then I want to talk about the Labor Day Classic, where I plan to go to the game, but unfortunately I won't be able to make it tomorrow. Well, is between Prairie View A&M, hosted by TSU.
It's gonna be jam packed up in there.
It's in Houston. It's in Houston.
Yeah. It's in Houston. Shell Energy Stadium. I think that's TSU's name of their stadium. Looks like Colorado. Oh, they call him just short. Looks like Salt thought he got in, but I think they called him just. Yeah, it looks like they called him just short, but they might go back and review that one. But yeah, I had to put a quick shout out for the HBCUs, man. I know that PV Texas Southern game is going to be jam packed in there. And they gonna be out there.
Where you down at?
No,
Yeah, he's in. They got to get that one to Salt. He's definitely in. As it looks like Colorado's getting ready to tie the game up, and Baylor looks like they're the ones that might end up wetting the bed here if they don't make something happen. Especially if Sawyer Robinson keeps throwing ducks like that, it ain't gonna go too good, man.
Well, at least they got a whole quarter left.
Yeah, they got plenty of time left. They got plenty of time.
Now you become one-dimensional.
Yeah, and now, as Wayne said it right at the beginning of the show, if you become one-dimensional, it's gonna be tough to beat this Auburn team. Now everyone can just pin their ears back now on Auburn and say we can come get after the quarterback at this point. I want to go back over to these high school games, folks, as we get ready to close the show out and look at a couple of these games. Some of them have already ended. One of them being Granbury and Waco High. Granbury, puts it on Waco High to start it out. This is Coach Martinez's first game, so I understand there's going to be some growing pains within this. Is this one of those games, fellas, that you just kind of throw out and just say, hey, we got to just try to take some things we can build on, but let's just get ready for week 2. How do you address this as a first-time head coach going back into the locker room, losing like that at home?
You really got to go look out the film, look at what you have. It's certainly disappointing considering the status of Granbury as a program. They're a program where if you really need a win, you really want those guys on the schedule. And to lose the game is one thing, but to get beat handily by a team that is coming off a one-win season. And to be frank with you, a team that you beat last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's not looking good. But again, Rome wasn't built in a day. And they're in the midst of probably a rebuild, complete overhaul. And they have to, but again, you can't let this one loss tonight ruin your season because there's a game. You got at least 9 more games left, so you have to keep playing.
Yeah, no doubt about it. You have to take everything that you've done positive and take it over into the next game, and you just got to keep building, man. You got to keep building confidence as a team. It ain't the end of the world. We got 9 games left.
Yeah.
So if you take that type of attitude right now, then you're gonna be 0-10. But we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to be the Waco High team of the past. We're trying to be the Waco High team of the future and set our own culture and do things right. So that's the whole.
And to be honest with you, coming from where they're coming from, it may be a situation where you need to tear it down to the studs and then rebuild it. You know what I mean? And maybe tearing it down to the studs is taking a loss like this. Because one thing I can say, when you come in and you try to instill discipline and you're trying to run a tight ship, that transition can be rough. So you may have to end up cutting some bait with some guys that may could keep you in a game like this, but ultimately for the long distance success of your program, you have to part ways with them. So anyway.
Well, sometimes you got to take an L so you can get a victory.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where they are. I think it'll get better. But it's unfortunate that, they took a loss tonight. But like I say, you take all the positive things you've done and you look at that over film and then you take it into the next game. And all the bad things you do, you throw them out the way and just try to say, hey, let's not make those mistakes again, guys, and let's just get better as the season wears on.
Yeah. And like I say, and despite the loss tonight by Waco High and University for that matter, this has been a great night here of watching football and talking ball.
Absolutely.
I want to thank you, Jalen, and also the Centex Sports staff, and no doubt Hilliard's Barbecue for coming through and blessing us with.
If there wasn't another highlight tonight, that was most definitely a highlight. Hey, man, I ain't.
That was a touchdown pass if I ever had one, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can caught plenty of them.
Yeah.
But that one was right on the money, man. The ball just.
You talking about getting put on? I got put on today. Hilliard Barbecue is what it is, man. So y'all definitely need to be checking in with those fellas and seeing what they got going on. Shout out to Bot too, man, for bringing that excellent food as well. Rocky, you just kind of previewed it there. University looks like they're about to take an L here tonight as they're down 43-17 on the Kelly Central team. Now, this is kind of the opposite of the Waco High team. Waco High didn't really have much expectation and just wanted to see what they could do. University has a lot of expectation. New head coach out there as well. but they've got a lot of expectation on their side. How do you rebound from a week 1 loss like this that University is going through?
Well, when you have a team that has high expectations, and then you go out and you get it handed to you, well, yeah.
You know what that is?
What's that?
That's the sound of air leaving the big head.
Yeah. Seriously.
And then
Seriously.
as a coach, you have to preach that. You have to say, hey, we hadn't done anything yet. All this is clippings that we've been looking at all year, that we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to do that, we're supposed to be this, we're supposed to be that. But we hadn't done anything yet because we hadn't got the chance
And
to.
can you handle that target on your back? One thing about it, when you're a team and you're the hunter, is one thing. When you're the hunted, and again, this is one thing that is very much that Walker and I were a part of. We were part of teams that when our bus pulled in the stadium, they knew who we were, right? And so there was no doubt about that. We got team's best shot. But despite that, you have to come in with an attitude that you're going to play your best, you're going to execute, you're going to stay focused, and it's not. And you'll read the press clippings tomorrow, but tonight, if you try to read them, you're going to get your butt kicked. And that's what happens. And I think it happens with programs who experience some success, but not sustained success. Waco High and Jefferson Moore for Walker was able to understand that because it was years of success, and Coach Tusa knew how to keep us humble. While experiencing tremendous success.
Yeah, but that's what you have to do. You have to tell these kids, all this is play script. You can be all state, you can be a top recruit, but you ain't done nothing. All that's just hype.
Yeah.
We still got a job to do out here, man. And that's winning football games. And you don't get all of this stuff without winning football games. And that's what they need to realize.
This is one of those games. It's almost a wake up call for, hey guys, we in the season now. I know everybody's ranked. I know everybody got a star. I know everybody ranked. I know some of y'all committed, but we in the season now. You got to go out there and you got to get it. That's all there is to it. Because it's gonna get tougher from here. University is one of those teams that got a tough non-district schedule, so they got to go and get their money these next couple of weeks and rebound from this loss. And like I know they're able to do, they got the talent to do it. Now the talent has to meet the preparation in order for this to be able to go forward. One of the teams that I don't want to say surprised me, but I said these guys won't be down long right now. China Spring up 35-21 on Franklin. This China Spring team is a team you cannot count out. I was saying this leading up to the game. It doesn't matter what stars guys got out there at a program like that, because this is a program that breeds winners consistently. When you have a program like that, they're going to show up and be ready to play. Being up 35-21, obviously, there's still plenty of time left in the game in the fourth quarter still left. But that's difficult to go out on the road. They're at Franklin doing that. Franklin, we just said they've been to their previous coach had them in 4 straight championship games, and they won 2 of them.
And what are they ranked this year?
Number 2 in 3A. Okay. Number 2 team ranked in 3A. And China Spring coming off a 2-8 season. Obviously, they don't have any rankings. They have a brand new quarterback. They got a brand new almost everything out there on the field, but they're coming out and ready to play right now. The Cadets finally came back and took that lead back, but they're heading into the fourth. They're up 33-29 on Little River Academy, so they're in the middle of a battle.
A shootout.
That's a shootout right now going out there. And stoplight, as you said, the stoplight time with Little River Academy. La Vega doing what La Vega does, man, taking care of business. I'll be interested to see what the stat sheet looks like at the end of this game.
They're out in Kennedale, right?
Went on the road to Kennedale. The young Courtney Parr is now the grown-up Courtney Parr, as he's a junior now. You get to that upperclassman, you feel a little bit better about yourself out there in high school.
Out there, I'm sure putting in work as
Jabari
well.
Thornton, I'm sure putting in work. Your guy, the Hammer, Elbert the Hammer Jones, got to start at running back tonight. So
I'm looking forward to reading the paper and see what he was able to do out there tonight, too.
Myself as well. Lorena getting up right now, and what could be a big win for them against Austin Regents. Austin Regents, one of the better teams in the private school rankings as well. Final score from West. Robinson comes out with the dub, 35-7. Remember, I told y'all guys, look out for this Robinson team. When you have 2 guys on your team that can produce like they do, with Bryce McCurdy and also with Evan Marino, Robinson is going to be a tough out to stop. And all these teams I just named are all in District 12 and 4A Division 1, or
Right,
4A
right.
Division 2, man. So that 4A Division 2 is going to be something serious. A couple more of these games before we sign off here tonight, guys. Salado and Troy in the I-35 battle in a real shootout, 38-35. Salado is up right now slightly on them. Clifton up 27-0 on Riesel. Give you some more of these final scores here as we get closer. Crawford closes it out 19-0 against Anderson Shiro. Lexington right now putting it on Marlin. They're up 49-20, even though Lexington is going to be a really good team this year as well. Final score out of Whitney, 63-34 over the Mart Panthers, man. Coach Haynes doing his thing once again, man, as a football family out there with the Haynes as well. A&M Consolidated beats Lake Belton 44-17. Temple comes out with the win over Nuevo Leon, Mexico. Are they playing a team from Mexico? They can do that in high school?
I think Belton. They play Belton next week. Or Killeen School.
Well, and then what they'll do is they'll come in there and stay for about 2 or 3 weeks and travel and play football, against different teams in this area.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't even know that. That's pretty dope. They get a chance to play some kids from another country, man.
I remember Coach T tells a story of going down there and playing, or them coming up here and they were playing men with mustache and beards.
Man, who is checking the ages out there, right? You know, there's gonna be it's gonna be some 22-year-olds out there playing some high school football.
He said,
That's
man,
just it.
he said, and Coach T, Coach Walker know this saying. Coach T say they was tough as a $2 steak. You know?
Hey man, we gotta write some of these down, bro. Every time y'all get a Tusa story, first off, every time I get a chance to sit down with him, I feel like I need to have a tape recorder out so I can keep some of these sayings he got.
Yeah, we gonna have to get him on this show, man.
My favorite. Hey, what you say? What's one of my favorites? He say Wayne Walker can run a hole
in the wind. He told me that. I said, boy, hey, you got away with words, coach. I ain't heard that one. Said he can run a hole in the wind. I'm still trying to figure out what lollipopping mean. Last time I was with him, we were covering the game, and he said, yep, on that play, looked like the running back was lollipopping in the backfield.
Yeah, you got a whole bunch of have character, don't be a cat.
Shout out to one of the GOATs, man, in the Waco area, man, Coach Tusa for sure. He got a bunch of sayings. But, folks, we're getting ready to sign off here tonight on Centex Primetime as we gave you some of those closing scores. Still a couple of games still going on, but for the most part, teams are starting to wrap it up and getting ready for week 2, man. We'll get a lot of coverage going into next week on Centex Primetime. We'll be able to cover some more of these games and give you guys the final scores, man. But I want to thank all of you guys for watching with us. And one more time, I got to thank our main sponsor here for tonight, RJ's Bargain Center. I'll give you their read one last time. Why pay full price for appliances when you don't have to? At RJ's Bargain Center, you'll find brand new refrigerators, washers, dryers, and stoves at a deep discount every single day. Every week, fresh specials hit the floor, so there's always a new deal waiting for you. And when you buy, we'll deliver and install. So don't lift a finger. Save time, save money, upgrade your home. RJ's Bargain Center, a Centex Sports Network sponsor, located on 711 Lynn Street in Waco. Give them a call at 254-224-6178. That's 254-224-6178. RJ's Bargain Center, man. As Rocky said earlier, you can't miss them. You go down Waco Drive, they'll be right there on the right. Right before you hit Church's Chicken to go get some of the mashed potatoes.
The barn on the right.
Yeah, the barn right there on the right, man.
Can't miss them.
Can't miss them right there. But thank you guys for all tuning in with us here today. Definitely got to give a huge thank you to Wayne and Rocky for sticking it out with us up here today on Friday Night Flex. We'll be back here on Friday Night Flex next week, guys. Rocky said he's going to be out of town, but we'll still be up here for next week's show, guys. Thank you for all tuning in with us here today. Signing off here is Jalen Gillis. We will see you guys on Monday on Centex Primetime. Everybody have a great Labor Day weekend.